to send up will keep our end up, and they will know that they've been playing against the famous old dark blues. We are the old dark navy blues. We're the team that never lets you down. We're the only team old Carlton knows. With all the champions they like to send up, we'll keep our end up, and they will know that they've been playing against the famous old dark blue. It's a grand old flag, it's a high-flying flag, it's the emblem for me and for you. It's the emblem of the team we love, the team of the red and the blue. Every heart beats true for the red and the blue, and we sing this song to you. Should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the red and the blue. It's the emblem for me and for you. It's the emblem of the team we love, the team of the red and the blue. Every heart beats true for the red and the blue, and we sing this song to you. Should old acquaintance be forgotten, keep your eye on the red and the blue.
It's just a reflection, and I still move with feeling aside. And it's the tyranny's questioning. Ring the diving bell. I'm further down, I'm nearly out, I'm deeper down the well. I'm hopeless, no embrace. I wanna know where the silence comes from, where space originates. Thinking you're not talking straight. I'm right, this is sin. You're not talking straight. Come around, give in. You're not talking straight. Lay back, sink in. You're not talking straight.
Alrighty everyone, welcome to Thursday night live stream between the Blues and the Dees. Should be a good game, I reckon. We haven't had any good Thursday games, I don't think, this year, and I've done most of the Thursday games so far. I was actually contemplating whether it was worth doing this. I genuinely, like, after the past few live reactions, I never really was sure of it, but I decided, no, I'll go through it. I mean, I wasn't going to go to the game. I originally was planning on going to the game. If you told me this, like, at the start of the week, I would have said, yeah, I'm going to the game. But then I thought to myself, I still have a Gather Round vlog to release that I'm still desperately needing to find time to get it done if I want to get it out tomorrow. I cannot guarantee if that'll be out tomorrow, but I want to get it out tomorrow. So I've figured I'll stay here instead. So it saves me time. It saves me money as well. We got 66 in chat. I'm hoping that, yeah, like, I don't know if you guys were on last Thursday, but I want to, like, say this. I was almost considering actually ending the stream. It got that bad in, like, the second quarter. I'm not talking about, like, viewers necessarily. I'm talking more about, like, the chats, what was said, and how it was just the opposite of what I wanted it to be when it comes to engagement. No one was talking about the game. They were just spamming garbage, and I guess it didn't help how I had no energy in me to continue, really, because I didn't have any food. So it's different now, but I'm hoping this is better. I mean, I'm really I need to change the title to Round 9. I'm hoping that we actually get a good quality game of footy, and we also get a good quality chat, and that we can bounce back a little bit when it comes to viewers as well. Well, I think it'll be low scoring as well, AFL Legend. I don't know if it will confirm to be a thriller, because it's Thursday. I tipped Melbourne, so chances are Carlton are going to win. If you honestly want to get your tips right, tip the opposite of what I do for the 50-50 games, I would say. Who's going to win? I'm not sure. I mean, I tipped Melbourne, so Carlton will probably win. And the reason I tipped Melbourne is because I can probably trust them a little bit more. I haven't been backing them in yet, so I'm giving them my week of faith after Carlton's, a couple losses here and there. We've actually for once started relatively early, which is good. Settle in. We'll see if starting early is actually better off. It might not be, but hopefully it is. And we've got a little sub goal of 34,450. Realistically, the last 5 or 6 days, we haven't really troubled the subscriber count, so we'd love to see it go up a little bit. So if you, I'm assuming everyone here has subscribed, but I'm just saying in general, like, if you've got anyone that you could maybe recommend the channel to that would want to check out the stream as another way of listening to the game if they're into footy, then there's always the option to do that. We are close to, well, we're really 4 away from 34.4. But yeah, hopefully the camera doesn't go flat. It probably will go flat. Who do you got for Lucas? Well, I think I might put a multi on tonight. It makes it a little bit more interesting whenever I do that. I don't think I've done it once for a live reaction this year, and I particularly don't do it on a Thursday night because I either forget or I just feel like it's a waste. Because I never really get up in my bets. I always seem to fuck up. I'm not a big gambler or anything like that, and I wouldn't say do it if you're under 18, but I'm going to give it a crack. Considering we've got some time, we've got 10 minutes for that. Combined scores on the 130. Yes, but deep down, I kind of want the game to be high scoring as much as I don't think it will be. Like, I'll be shocked if any side scores over 100 today, really. Like, I predict the scores to be like, the last few games between Carlton and Melbourne have all been low scoring. The final, the last 3 games have been good. Well, not the last 3, actually. I'll take that back. It was a shit game. What year was it? I'll move this around. Was it? No, sorry, not. Yeah, what was it? Round 11. It was on a Friday. I streamed it with Geordie. It was notoriously my worst, not just my worst performing, but it was the most boring and flat live stream I've done. It was round 12. Carlton are about to run out now. And then I did a round 22. That was a really good game. And then also the elimination final. But realistically, the stream did perform as well as they should have for how good the games were. So I'm hoping this is a bit different. I've got no real excuses for it not to. Get pumps as skipper. I assume you're not going to the game then. Because probably work and everything like that. Even though I would still go to the game regardless of work and all that if I had work in the morning. Which I do have work in the morning. I'm actually contemplating whether or not I go to bed straight after this or I stay up for 5-6 hours and just try and get as much of the editing for the Gather Round vlog as possible. It sounds dumb to do that when I've got to be up at 6 or 5:30, but I've done it before. I could probably get away with it. Skipper, you're a fake fan for not going. No, do you know who's a fake fan? Blaze17's a fake fan. I can't believe he realistically decides to do that sort of stuff. I know it's alright for content. It probably did okay for him. But it doesn't matter. That's the one thing I wouldn't do when it comes to challenges at the footy. Supporting against your own club. Yeah, okay, whatever. I can go to a Hawthorn game and support the Hawks. I've done it before. In fact, I was actually at that game the last quarter and I kind of want a Hawthorn to win. But you're not going to see me do that against the Saints. We're playing Hawthorn next week. Do you expect me to do that? No. So, I'm giving him as much shit as he wants for it, and he's going to have to accept it. He's going to have to accept all the shit he gets. He can't call himself that big of a fan if he's doing that. Simple as that. You can't really dispute that at all. You just sort of reach a point where you can't really do it for content. It's no longer that at all. Alright, so we've got 7 minutes. We'll try and put on a couple. I haven't got any money in my account. Well, I have a couple of dollars, but that's not going to be enough. Joseph, cheers for the sub, mate. Starting alright with this stream. We got some much better chats than Port Adelaide v Adelaide. Leave the like. If we can hit 100 likes by the end of the first quarter, well, really, I don't think after this stream, I just haven't got the time to do anything big, a live stream or whatever like that. I was going to consider doing the second part of the Fireman Sam stream, but I think that'll be next Monday. I just don't think I'm going to have the time for it tonight, particularly given that my priority is the Gather Round vlog. And then I've got work tomorrow for 5 hours. I could realistically call in sick, but I think it just goes against the morals, so I'll and I also want the money, so I'll get back and then just hopefully get as much Gather Round vlog editing as I can. If I don't get it finished, then I'll hope to aim it to be out on Saturday morning tomorrow. But I'm going to Tassie tomorrow. I'm leaving at 5 in the morning, driving up to the airport, all that sort of shit. So it's not like I'm not going to get much sleep anyways the next 2 days. And I don't think I'm going to get much sleep Saturday night because I'm going with a mate. And we both are planning on hitting all the clubs and pubs and all that, bars and lawn sessions. They'll probably be up till 4 in the morning anyways. But that will at least be more interesting. Do I have any power plays? Apparently I do. Alright, let's give it a crack. We've got 5 minutes to go. Let me know down below who you guys have the tip. We've hit 34.4k subscribers, so thanks everyone for that. I think that deserves a hit. Big old like on the like button right there, to be honest with you. Personally, I think that's what it deserves. Yeah, I mean, if we hit 34.6k by the end of the week, I'd take that 100%, but I don't think it's going to happen. But got a couple bigger videos planned for the month ahead, so it should realistically continue going up. Four minutes 22 I've got. It's going to have to be a quick one here, I feel. So Carlton and Melbourne, the head-to-head's really a 50-50. I'm not the big fan of the head-to-heads. So just going under 34.4 again. 20 or more. Let me know. Some 20 or more disposals down in the chat. Who could I do? Anytime goal scorer. Curto and Mackay are pretty obvious odds, even though you're not going to get much in return for it. But I might just go a small one to pay back for... I actually ordered a pizza tonight just because I couldn't be asked cooking. I could pay back for that. Bailey Fritsch. Yeah, but he's not going to get 20 or more. Maybe for a goal. I'll go Harrison Petty for a goal. Over or under, we'll go under the line. I'm really confident it's going to be under, to be honest. It's going to be low scoring. The line's 158. AFL legend. Is it Akers? Yeah, Akers. Yeah, Akers for 20 or more is a good one. 25 more. We'll go Walsh. And we'll go Oliver. All right, that's 11.75. We'll do that one. Wouldn't say it's a guarantee. We'll might as well power play it. And we'll go $5 on that one. $66.75. So I need Melbourne to win. That could be the risk. Mackay, Curto for a goal. Petty for a goal. Akers, Walsh, Oliver. And I'm actually, you know what? I'm going to add Fritsch for 2. It's a risk to do these big goal scorer ones if I'm going to have the line under. But Fritsch for 2 takes that to 17.25. If I can get rid of this one. Oh no, I can just add. Oh, actually, I can just add one. Well, I've got to be hurrying up here. Average says, good luck with your... Yeah, thank you. I finally updated my team for Fantasy and Supercoach. So I got Max Gawn as the captain tonight. I don't know why I haven't done that once all year, not putting Gawn as captain. But I've finally done that, so that's good. Shit, I got to delete the hurry up. I got to hurry up. Alright, power play. $5. Might as well put a 5.22 on. There you go. Confirm bet. Do we want to do a little risky one where we put in like a first goal scorer? I know that's always a risk. But if you think there's a first goal scorer, whatever I see most of in the chat, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do a little risky one. I might actually put one for the draw as well. Because this is a close game. So a draw could be on the cards. What would a draw be on? Head to head. Surely you can do the draw. Who'd you tip, Freo or Sydney? You can check my video really for that, but I tipped the Dockers in a upset. I reckon they're going to be up for the challenge. I got to be quick, guys. Otherwise, I'm not going to have time for this. I've got 2 minutes 53. They've where can you find draw? It's not the smartest one to do, but you never know. Where can I search draw? Charlie, Jay Cleaver, mate. Well, I can't see draw. Should I make it a thing where I do it every night, or is it a bad idea doing it every night? Well, I'm going to go first goal scoring quickly. Curnow, Mackay, Fritsch or Pickett to kick the first goal or second goal of each quarter. Fuck it, I'll do that. 350. That'll pay back for the pizza. Cheers for that average though. I appreciate that. Confirm it. Probably not the best idea to be asking people a bit underage for these sort of things. So I'll make my own decisions here. And then surely there's like a draw one. I really want to do that because if it happens, and I've been contemplating at $34, let's go for just a $5 on it. 170. We got a few there. We got one we're eyeing on. We got another one that we decide to pick. We've got also the draw. And we've also hopefully got food in a few minutes as well, which I'll be looking forward to. But hopefully looking forward to a big game, and hopefully we can get a good amount of people in the chat. Straight after this, I think I'll just be offline doing my editing. I really kind of wish I don't have work tomorrow. Volgris has slapped some icing on me and called me a cake because I'm freaking baked. I don't know what that means, but I'll thank you for the $5. That definitely, in fact, $10 we've actually got in donations. So I won't put it up on screen, but I was going to set like a goal of 50, so we've already got 10. Not bad. They'll be in the chat. Yep, better than L's and all that crap. Hopefully we can hit that sub goal as well. So I've said before, share the channel around and all that. Some real exciting bits of content coming out soon. I know I've been alluding to it for a little bit, but It is true. Alright, I like to just have the one AirPod in because I actually want to listen to myself speak, and I feel like it's more difficult to do so when you got like AirPods in because it's all noise cancelling. What do you think the game of the round's going to be? I think... Well, I technically think this could be the game, because of the Thursday, it's not going to be the game of the round. So let's say, instead of that game, Freo Sydney. I'm hoping one of my streamed games. Walsh. Kind of want Walsh to be a big influence. I've got him in my team. I haven't got him captain anymore, so if he has a really good score, that'll piss me off. Alright, I'll tell you one of my markets I got. So, one of them I've decided to put on because I just saw it randomly. This would win me $23, so it's nothing like life-changing or anything like that. Did I actually... Did I not click confirm? Cooper Grash, appreciate it, mate. Well, never mind, it didn't click confirm. Are you serious? I didn't click... Okay, that's enough. That's enough. To be honest with you, Cooper, I don't get why the donos are like so late. Like they're a couple minutes late. They should be instantaneous, but whatever. I did see you comment on Marmalade's post of the Div 12 Reasons game. I'm really, really pumped that that's actually been confirmed because I was always going to go, but I just didn't know whether it was worth it because I've been told that they were maybe gonna, as the counting almost takes a mark there, I was told that I'm maybe gonna have to cancel it because I couldn't find a ground, but they have found a ground. So I'm excited. Whether or not I'm gonna have any part in the game, hopefully I do. But I just to be there, really. So I actually already booked flights. I just got to do a hotel. Freaked on in for 2. At a bounce 0-0. Not surprised that there hasn't been a score yet. In the first minute, or 2 minutes, I should say. Fine. I don't think I'm going to do 5-man Sam after this. In fact, pretty much confirmed I'm not. I was gonna, but that's an hour of time that I just can't really afford to give up on something that I need to do. So, instead, what I'll do is I'll just do it like on Monday, I reckon. When I get back from Tassie. I actually don't remember what time it is I get back from Tassie, but that's when I'll do it. Kerno, Oliver couldn't catch him. I also remember my big call is for Kerno and Mackay to combine for 3 or less goals. So I'm hoping that is the case because I've got a shitty punishment this week I don't want to do. How's your go? Yeah, my day's been alright. Fuck off, it's delivered 18 minutes ago. Are you serious? They told me that it was still waiting. It's going to be cold now. Surely there's a goal. I'm actually going to leave next score because you would think the score board will change soon. Yeah, I'm hoping. G'day, Dusty, don't argue. Well, if it's another goalless quarter, all I want is a score. Pretty sure Carlton Melbourne. The first game when I streamed it with you, there was either not a goalless quarter, but there was very much so a quarter with it like being only 1 goal or something. It was really low scoring. Langdon. Fritsch. Nope. Chincotta. Van Rooyen marks. So 3 minutes in, no score. Van Rooyen goes to the pocket. Petty, oh gee, I need him for a goal. And I also want to go down and grab the pizza as well, to be honest. Langdon goes from the pocket, out in the full. Man, not even a score. So still 0 apiece. Genuinely could be the longest wait before a score will Yeah, I don't know what that would be, but we're close to it, I think. 54 likes. Well, we actually could get 100 before quarter time. I know it's always tough now for some reason, but if we can just keep on hitting that like button, I'll remind every few minutes. Gorman will get the free, which is good because he's my captain. Heat it up. Nah, I'll just eat it. Alright, long ball. McGovern. 15.54, no score. Another donation. I'll read it when the text-to-speech reads it, to be honest, because it's quite long. It'll just read it for me. I don't know what it even is supposed to say. Cottrell. DeConing. 1-on-1 inside 50. Walsh decides to go inside. Here's a real chance for the Blues to kick their first, or the first of the game. It could be Walsh. And it will be Walsh. It will be Walsh. That's a good start for fantasy, to be honest. And I can go grab the pizza now. I'll be back. Good start for the Blues. Getting the first goal. Did that message? Oh no, I don't need that. Did that message go through? Possibly, I'm not sure. Whatever the donation said, I couldn't read it. What did it even say? Well, it'll go through. It's a bit cold, yeah. Bloody arrived 20 minutes ago, even though it said 15 minutes ago it wasn't here yet. It didn't decide, oh yeah. No, it actually is here. I just didn't want to show you on the screen. Which is shit, because it's now relatively cold. But I'll rather a cold one than nothing. Thoughts on the Wills? Jeez. Fuck's sake. So no wonder I didn't want to read that out. I didn't know that was what was said. I haven't got thoughts, to be honest. I've got thoughts on... Well, I'll answer your willpower question after this play. Oliver goes inside forward 50. Fritsch is there. Fritsch can't find it. And there'll be a free kick against Fritsch as well. Right. I gladly didn't read that out. I hope that's not true what was said as well. Because if that is true, that's concerning, to say the least. I was never going to read the donation out. It's concerning what was said. But it's also probably not true. Kerno there, May. So definitely been a low-scoring start, which is good. Which is good for my over and under. I actually bet on the draw today. So if you just joined us, if a draw happens, I win $200. Carlton have been getting all the free kicks early on. I reckon they've gotten a good 4 or 5. Yep, 5-2. Your opinion is that Shai Bolton is the best player currently? No, he's not the best. He's maybe one of the better players for Richmond for sure. Pitnet lines up, and that looks good. So Carlton have kicked the first 2 goals, and it's a pretty shit start when it comes to my tip, but we're still early days. Yeah, Blues are getting the free kicks though, which is kind of helping. I don't have a prepared umpire footy star. And to be honest with you, I doubt many people have a preferred umpire. I couldn't name many umpires because you don't take note of them, and they're not like they're no one's favourites unless you're that kid in that who went to that Saints v Geelong game. That kid who was a fan of he was an umpire fan. He got interviewed by Cameron Ling. He watches my videos. Well, at least he did at one stage. He commented on it. It'd be quite funny if he was on the stream. He wouldn't be, but it'd be funny. But like David Roden, you'd say him, but he's not really an well, he is, but he's he's the best goal umpire there is because he actually backs his decision. You never really see him go for the score review. Curnow handles it off to Hollands. Hollands backing to Walsh. I'm very glad actually I didn't put that bet on because it would have already been erased. Because it was Pitnet and Walsh. They weren't part of the first two. Hollands goes inside 50. Goes to the hot spot. Finds Martin. Jack Martin takes a big mark. Carlton are going to kick the first three, you would think. But it is just early days. I would still assume you'd find a Melbourne comeback at some stage. You have to be the highest member.
Luckman Gaming is now in
yeah, you'd probably be like a top 3 at least. For sure.
Months.
The Blues have kicked the first 3. They've kicked 3 goals straight as well. That helps when you're accurate. Unlikely goal scorers, a couple of them. No Cripps and... no, Curnow and Mackay. Good kicking's good footy. Yep. Good start. Hollands has been good as well, yeah.
Dees and how they're going to look at the game. They need to tighten up in the middle here. It's Van Rooyen hit to his favourite spot.
What's the minimum you need to get out of Van Rooyen for this 5 minutes in the ruck?
Literally just needs to, cut even, to be honest. Yep. Find his favourite spot, hit it to there, and the boys know that they overload that side.
And that back line needs to go back to simple one.
Skipper isn't at the game because it's Thursday, I think.
Back on level terms.
I'm pretty sure.
Forwards have come in with a plan that's been well executed by the mids as well. So they're trying to make them play one-on-one and kick it on.
Walsh has started well.
Who's better in the air? Gee, Martin, he plays tall, doesn't he, when you see Mark like that? Yeah, he's somebody with a real bit of X factor in that forward line. You know, you take a big mark, he's got great skills, good speed, good goal sense, and defensively too.
I'll probably have some more a bit later. I want to watch more of the game though. Traka slips over and will go out a bit. No, it won't actually. Hollands taps it along himself and will go out of bounds. Okay, I was just checking. I was wondering if Riles Macker was doing this game. He is. Melbourne's still yet to score. Almost halfway through this first quarter as well. Petrarca cackled. No free kick. Richmond have been last for free kick. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I don't know why, but I think part of the reason is because there was a tactic Richmond employed where they actually gave away free kicks on purpose for some reason to set back, to set up and all that. It wouldn't be the reason why they've got so many more free kicks against compared to the next best. You wouldn't think. Chera intercepts the footy.
Did really well, the former Docker. Now the casual kick to Curnow.
May finds it. So Kerno hasn't really had much of a say in this game so far. May's won the battle.
Players on. Windsor. Even wider here, looking for Billings.
I don't really care, Chunky, because you probably, whenever you speak like that, it's never
Now
something to take very seriously.
reel it in. And we'll have a bounce.
I mean, I'll read it.
Securing it.
I knew it. Season over for the Demon, so
You know, the option was on to
I'll just not read it next time.
quickly. He then moved his eyes further down the ground, and it was a better option.
Will be the pairing of DeConing,
Had a feeling it was some crappy message.
Koning in front. Windsor under pressure from Chera. Walsh goes in from the side.
What I'll have it on this other screen, actually, I'll have the AFL fantasy scores.
Talk about the territory battle and just winning that. You know, it was with patience last week. This week it's with a bit of speed.
Lever having a spell. Viney goes through. Newman.
I'll go to my team.
Hand pass came out from Billings. Boyd lost it. High ball from Viney.
So Walsh is already on 36.
Belts it away. Kennedy waited. He's caught by.
Like, it's annoying because that's the 1 week I'm like, you know what, I don't know why he's still my captain. Let's get rid of him as captain.
Let's get down to Aaron.
Gone on 20.
How's that going?
Windsor 2.
Fantastic.
How's 19? That's good.
Games in his career against Melbourne has only kicked 7 goals total, so averaging 1 goal, 2 behind. So a great matchup to watch tonight.
Yeah, that'll be intriguing. Premier forwards on Premier Melbourne tonight.
Been a shit game so far, if I'm going to be honest. Windsor, Sparrow,
Centering
straight to Cottrell. That's not a good kick at all.
Leaning down the field, no, nothing on. Cottrell has to hold it up. Curnow in good position now. Goes a little wider than that. Holland's
You think Richmond are beating the Dogs? No.
that Shane Warne wing. Langdon has done the young
So many people ask me my tips and all that. I do wonder if they even
really well done.
bother tuning into my tips. And all it takes is a couple of minutes.
And he combined.
You get a detailed description as well.
A bit too late then, Viney. Confronted by Cottrell. Boundary throw in. Centre wing. Just a good one.
I need to sit on a pillow.
We're getting a good look at the isolation that both sides want. They had a chance to go fast there, the Blues. They put it to space. Ed Langdon coming up big time for the Dees.
Shallow throwing. Van Rooyen looking to give it off. Couldn't do so effectively. Rumbles to Viney.
Oh, it's a little bit better.
Picked up by Neil Bullen. His hand pass.
Slightly better. Walsh, another handball. I want to refresh on Walsh.
For Cripps to work in. He walks, goes up to his left boot.
He's basically on 40, just about. Oliver and
Back from Oliver
Neil Bullen handballs it.
towards the boundary line.
Sparrow, not the best handball. Walsh will get another disposal, you would think. No, he doesn't. Neil Bullen keeps it in. And that's actually a sort of a good kick.
Needs some support. Feeds it towards
Can the Dees kick there first?
working.
Or at least get a score?
Gets there.
Pickett scoops it. Cottrell.
Play Cottrell out towards the boundary and Boyd clears for the Blues.
And Boyd with another good kick to Walsh.
Landed in the pack of Melbourne players.
Really dominating.
Let's settle it down from here.
Best quarter of the year, probably.
And we're going to go again with 3 goals to 0 up. And we can afford
You just expect to ship one on the Thursday now. Yeah, you do.
Wiedering now.
So I should have tipped the...
Charlie Curnow.
Well, I should have tipped the Blues so far watching this game. I should have tipped the Blues by like 26 or something. I want the D's by 5. I mean, obviously that could still happen. Walsh again.
Hollands.
Walsh has had...
Cottrell's got the corridor if he wants
Now,
to take it.
I'm actually...
Stands
How many disposals do you guys think Walsh has had already?
tempted.
Oh, he could well and truly be on like 10 already. He's on 11.
Now out wide with Martin. From the Buddha camp.
The 1 week, as I said before, the 1 week I'm like, nah, he's not going to be that good. I'll drop him as captain. He's basically pulling up one of the better captain scores you'll ever wish for, with a 46 already.
Jack Martin, Calvin Bench, McGovern snuck on the ground and no one saw him, and that's exactly where it goes. Good to see Mitch McGovern back for the Blues as well. He offers them some real alternatives. Either end.
Good mark, chair up.
Chera, 55, closing on their 4th goal here. Poor kick.
Yeah, Thursday games and Thursday streams, honestly, they're always the most underwhelming.
You can see there,
Um,
both sides are sacrificing in defence.
Does anyone know what? Does anyone have any idea why do you reckon that could be the case? Why, like for the streams more so, like why are the Thursday night streams always the more underwhelming ones?
Newman
Is it just people don't enjoy... Oh, Mackay takes a strong mark. Well, we'll leave that discussion for later, as Mackay can line up for a fourth. Rain pumpings are the worst. The best Thursday game this year, I reckon, would have been Collingwood St Kilda, and I didn't even get to stream that. Let's go through all the Thursdays. Actually, no, Carlton v Richmond was good. Round 1, actually, that was a pretty good game. Well, to be fair, I have to give credit's due. Brisbane v Collingwood wasn't close. Adelaide v Melbourne wasn't close. Melbourne v Brisbane wasn't close. Saints v the Bulldogs wasn't close. Neither was Richmond v Melbourne. Mackay kicks the goal, and it's not looking good for Melbourne early here. Not looking good. I was very contemplating... oh, wait, that's not the right one. I was very much contemplating going the Blues, but I decided, no, I'll stick fat. I'll go with the Dees, and it's not a good start so far. And the rain's picking up, which makes it even less likely for scores to be occurring. Wait, no, Richmond Melbourne was Wednesday. Giants v Brisbane was Thursday night. That was shocking. Adelaide v Port was bad. And this game is not good so far.
Well,
24-0. Scoreless in the first quarter, potentially. Mackay kicks it, which is good for a leg of my multi. Not so much for my big calls. Dees off a 5-day break too. Yeah, I should have actually... I should have put that into the equation when I made my predictions. The fact that the Dees had a 5-day break. It's not raining here. I didn't think it was going to rain tonight. I don't normally factor in weather. I didn't factor in weather last week for Sydney v GWS. No, Carlton would have been an upset. Melbourne nor Carlton would have been an upset. It's a 50-50 game. Good crowd, though, I will have to admit, for a Thursday. You never really get the biggest crowds on a Thursday because of work and school. Like, if you had Carlton Collingwood on a Thursday, yeah, you probably still would get over 80k, actually, but you wouldn't get, like, 90s or anything. Like, I just guarantee you wouldn't. Used a joker. I haven't used a joke yet. I could have used a joker. I might use one in the next couple of weeks. So I've got 2 to use. If you're in my comp, you've got 2 jokers to use. As shit as it is, you're almost getting to the point where you want Melbourne not to score the whole game. Because that actually makes it somewhat interesting. It will completely make my multi redundant and bets and everything, and all my big calls probably and all that sort of stuff, but it'll make it relatively interesting. Walsh again. Give it back to Walsh. You could give it back to Walsh if you want to. Mackay. Oh, good stuff, McDonald. No, you didn't get 90k Friday. The Pies fans think that if it was a Collingwood home game, it would have made a difference, and maybe it would have, but still could have been a lot more. A lot of fans definitely that I know would have wanted to go to that game that couldn't get tickets, yet 12,000 technically didn't show up. So what's happening there? You should probably serve harsher penalties for people that have those reserved tickets but don't end up using it. Like, at least resell the tickets or do something. Hi, Dylan. I'll check Gawn's stats because he's captain and all that. I think Gawn will probably strive for wet weather. 56 fantasy for Walsh. Gawn's got 11. Fuck. Fuck. You are taking the piss. That is as unlucky as you can get. Gawn has 11. Petrarca handballs it, kicks it, sorry. Walsh affects the kick. Neil Bullen to Langdon. Can the Dees get there first here? We've got 3 minutes to go in the quarter. Spilt ball. Cottrell. Walsh gets another disposal. He's got his 13th now. Cowan goes inside a pack. Kennedy.
Most of them are skittle.
Newman.
Runs into Mackay.
It's wet weather footy here. It's hard to pick up and collect. Neil Bullen does well.
He kicks towards
He'll try and find Fritsch.
Durden.
Durden tries to mark it. He can't. Fritsch there. Akers,
Blues come
who
clear.
needs disposals, thanks to AFL legend.
Kennedy. Neil Bullen, they're going to reload and come again here. Rivers.
Having a few chances here. Carlton's defence has held up well, as I actually realise this needs to be taken off.
Another chance inside 50. Multiple opportunities.
McGovern, well done.
Under real pressure here.
Well done. Wiedering. Akers, just clear it in the wet. You just want to clear it.
Akers. Offhand.
Walsh.
Bowie.
I don't know if that's a tackle or not, but he
Trick looking for Rivers.
could be a free kick to Marchbank.
Eventually, Carlton get the free.
So we're 2 minutes to go.
Umpire Nathan Williamson.
24 to 0. So Hollands, not Marchbank. He's delisted, I think. But he used to be 20.
Ball straight to zip. This is a fantastic Carlton start.
It's a scoreline that would be quite rare at quarter time, you would think. 4 straight to 0-0.
Kennedy's all on his own.
0 behinds on the wet in a first quarter combined is kind of rare.
Newman. 32.
Where do I think the Saints place this year? It's a bit too early to call.
Season high by 6. Chincotta.
I'd probably still say 8th or something like that. 7th or 8th. I know people think you're an idiot for that.
Told to go by the umpire.
But if we get the plays back and we start getting a few wins, there's a really strong take there from De Koning. I think he's already kicked one. No, he hasn't.
We get a good look at it here. Just the
No, he
metre of
wouldn't have.
separation. Lever trying everything he can. Probably just needed to provide some more.
Walsh is on 62.
Able to run straight at it. But it's the one-on-ones. That's what you're seeing. Got to win the one-on-ones. And the Blues are doing that.
In wet. Yeah, and the Blues are just dominating the free kick count. De Koning. And that's a goal, I think. It is. This is crazy of a start. It's almost hard. It's gonna be tough to come back already. 30 to 0, the first 5. And if it continues to be raining, then it'll make the margin feel more like an 8-goal margin, I reckon.
Hot start now from the Blues.
Dees, this is a really slow start. They've got to get into the game now. If they can find something before quarter time, or if not, just don't concede and kick the first and the second. And that continues the streak of shit Thursday games. I think that's a streak of 8 now, it would be. Let's have a look at the future Thursday games, because Thursday games might need to be scrapped. This is the trend that continues. You got Gold Coast Geelong next Thursday. That's interesting. Then you got Bulldogs Sydney. You just feel like that game would suck, wouldn't you? Port Carlton.
But it feels like Carlton are leading by 2 sets and a break here.
No, that'll be actually good, I reckon.
If you want as well.
Adelaide Richmond.
That's how far they're in front.
I'll actually be going to Adelaide v Richmond.
The run down by Cripps was
That could be okay. I don't think it will be though. And then Brisbane Saints is the first non-Thursday game when they start the round.
bangs into Oliver.
So 28 seconds to go. Oliver could have given it to Akers there. Goes long. 23 seconds to go. Gawn can't find it. Gawn's been extremely quiet, which has been frustrating. No, Cullen v Richmond. That was the one exception. I did mention that game a little bit earlier.
Play accidental. Just because there's an accident though.
That was the only close game we've seen
So Pitten there to
on a Thursday. The only good game. Collingwood Saints is probably the second best. And then even Sydney v Melbourne for a lot of the game was close before it just turned shit.
Pitnet, Martin, Mackay, and De Koning.
If you're going to Crows Tigers and...
Started to fall about 10 minutes.
Well, I'm wondering, if you're going to that game, how come you're not going to any of the other...
Petrarca
Like, a lot of Adelaide games this year you've skipped on like a Thursday.
the Blues once again secure.
Even a Friday.
Akers back in.
Quarter time. 30 to 0. An absolutely awesome first quarter for the Blues. And really disappointing start for Melbourne. They're under the back foot massively. They need to get on top here and they've got to start finding some goals. They haven't scored anything. You don't often see a goalless or scoreless first quarter by any side, let alone Melbourne. But we are on track for it to be the line under 158. That'll probably happen. Let's have a look to see what other ones if we've got on track. Melbourne winning is not good. That's a real concern. Mackay kicked a goal. Petty needs a goal. Walsh will definitely get 13. 8. So the disposal count looks like it's going to get up. But apart from that, it's, not looking good. Particularly considering I tipped Melbourne. And then the draw as well. Good luck with that. G'day. Yeah, I know. It's a bit of a what the F scoreline if you see that. I'm not sure if you went the D's as well. I did watch your tips, but I don't remember. So maybe that's why people ask who I tipped. They could still have watched the video but just forget. And that's maybe fair. Shouldn't be much of a dick to when I respond. But I sometimes can be a bit of a dick because, like, yeah, you watch the video. You should know, but whatever. You don't want to watch your team getting battered, yet I'm here. Adelaide have so many Thursday games at a compensation after the league screwed them over, and also because they were a good side last year, so they're like enjoyable to watch. They haven't really lived up to that yet so far this year. There have been a lot of Thursday games on Friday for the Crows. Friday, Adelaide Geelong round 2. Friday Adelaide v Port. Sorry, Friday Freo v Adelaide round 3. Thursday, Adelaide v Melbourne. Friday, Adelaide v Essendon. Thursday, Adelaide v Port. That's a lot already. Adelaide v Richmond Thursday as well. So, after round 8, they had like 5 or 6 primetime games on the Thursday or Friday. And they haven't really lived up to that hype yet this year. Did you see my new video? It's doing pretty... Yeah, I did see... I haven't watched it all, to be honest. I haven't really been watching as much YouTube as I normally do the last couple of days, but I've seen it's done well for your standards, which you'd be happy with. Because what would that be the equivalent for my standards? Like a 630. Oh, that's probably double as the amount of views you'd get on an average stock standard dull video you'd upload. Not saying that it's dull, but like on a comparative dull video. I'm still going to back... I still have to back in Melbourne, don't I? As annoyed as I am that they're doing so poorly, you're still going to have to hopefully back him in. Where is it? Where's the D's from last week? They're asleep. This is the second quarter D's. Goalless quarters they love to do now for some reason. We'll go to... We'll have a look at the stats. Oh shit, that's not looking at the stats. It's looking at some copyright strike. So we'll take a look at the stats. This is very interesting. So Sam Walsh has clearly been the best player on the ground. He's dominated with a goal, 13 disposals, 4 tackles, 8 kicks. And see, Walsh was my captain in fantasy before I made the change. I'm going to go Gawn. He's only on 14. He's having a terrible start to the game. So you just can't get him right, can you? I won't say this is the best team because I have actually forgot to make trades the last few weeks because I've just been way too busy and forgetting to remember. But I'm trying to get back on track to make a half-decent team. But I'm pissed off about the Walsh thing a little bit. But yet again, I still have Walsh. He's still going to make money off Walsh. He's still going to get you a score of 140 plus, you would think. Let's have a look at the team stats real quick. Do you want a dono? Yeah, go on, OG Bummer. Try and start a bit of a dono war would be nice. We haven't had one of those in a very long time. So, any significant stats? Free kicks would be significant. Let's have a look at the free kick count. Free kicks. Inside 50s. So the D's are leading. 13 inside 50s for 0. That is shocking. 101 disposals to 83. Disposal efficiency. Free kicks 8 to 2. So that's obviously pretty evident there. And I bet you Nick is still going to blame this on match fixing if they had somehow lose, even though the free kick count's quite a big difference. Gawn will be winning the hitouts there. I want to see what... So Gawn has had, what? No fantasy points. And yeah, he's been quiet. But he's still had 7 hitouts. He's had 3 disposals. Hasn't troubled the scoreboard. Hasn't had a mark nor a tackle. And it's not going to help him that there are no... Well, for Mark's sake, it's going to be hard because it's wet. You either get Bailey or Nick calling match fixing after this one. You'll get some dickhead after this game, no matter what the result is. Anyways, let's go back to the AFL live reaction scene. I'm not sure if you can hear that. Oh, you wouldn't be able to hear it, but if I do that, you should be able to hear it. So if I click on home goal, you should be able to hear it now. I had the thing muted. Are you going to the Dreamtime match? I'm not sure yet. I probably will go. But I might start going to less games for the sake of it now, because it gets quite tiring and all that. And you actually don't get to watch as much footy. Like, it's actually harder to keep it up to track on how players are performing and all that if you're at the game, as opposed to just watching on TV, because you've got the commentary and you've got the angles, and you're not as distracted. Weirdly enough, you're more distracted at the footy than you would be at home, unless you are doing other shit. You heard Dreamtime game sold out. Well, even if it is, I'm still very able of getting a ticket. I have my ways. But if I don't go, I don't go. Whatever, I've already been. I'm not desperate to go like I would have been last year. And I was very glad I went last year, because that was a belter of a game. So let's see if the Dees can actually trouble the scoreboard a little bit this quarter and win the quarter. It's just going to be a shitty game, isn't it? You just feel like it will be. Are you listening? No, I wasn't really listening. I was just looking at some of the songs Henchy was using for his Gather End vlog. And that was one of the songs. It was a Miley Cyrus song. I wouldn't say I listened to that, though. But, yeah, I mean, there you go. You saw that. Because I'm going through some songs I want to use for the Gather End vlog, because I'm editing that. So whether I use maybe that or something else, just looking for some inspiration. I use copyright songs because you can get away with it if you're smart. This is kind of like S&B Collingwood last year in their second, kind of. Although this isn't nowhere near like that, because Essendon were just terrible. And they were just a terrible side at the time. Melbourne are still going to be, I think, a pretty competitive side in this game. Viney, here we go. There's actually a chance here. No. Score. Couldn't even trouble the scoreboard there. What's the longest a team has gone in the modern era, like since 2000, let's say, before scoring in a game? I'm sure on AFL tables, I love AFL tables. I always on AFL tables. I'm sure you could probably get something out of that. I might actually have a look right now, because this would have to be like a, it's becoming almost a record. In-game events. Let's have a look actually right now. This is a top 15 game already in the last 15 years. Let's have a look. I'll show you right now. Look at this. Look at this. So, latest, West Coast v Sydney. It took 47 minutes for West Coast to score. That was in 2022. I remember Adelaide St Kilda when we lost. Adelaide didn't score for ages. You would think that the Carlton Melbourne game will be in this ballpark soon, if not already. How long was the first quarter? Like 28, 29 minutes? 29 minutes? So you'd probably be like in this point right here. It's an extremely bizarre scoreline. 5 goals straight to 0-0. What was the latest point into a game where either side has scored a behind? OG Bomber goes bang. How? How is he going bang? Well, that if they go scoreless the whole game, I'll do an overnight stream. On a work night would be absolutely ridiculous to do that. 30-0 still. It's going to be another quarter where we're going to be waiting a while for a score. Only 5 scores as well. I remember Sydney v St Kilda last year. Sydney didn't score in the first quarter as well. And we only scored 7. The SCG. So it's like when we can't... It's like when the other team can't score, we don't even score ourselves. Melbourne to get a free kick there, finally. I think Elizabeth... I think, yeah, shush, Sammy. I think that's just not even funny. That's a shit kick. Hollands. Goes in the middle. Looks for Owies, but that wasn't the best kick. Bowie's back on the side to Sparrow. Sparrow drives inside 50, and all he's going to find is Wiedering there, so that's going to be another wasted kick. Melbourne couldn't score in a brothel. No, they couldn't. Krispy Kreme must be sponsoring Melbourne this week. This could genuinely be the latest a side has scored this century, if it continues this way. 47 minutes, remember? 47 minutes and 1 second. That was West Coast City in 2022. We are... Well, this timer is actually not accurate. Let me just change that, because we're probably like... What would we be like? 6 minutes into the second quarter? I would assume 6 minutes. Wiedering. I don't want Melbourne to score now. That would be very funny. That would make me laugh. I would genuinely go to Bailey and send him a 12-pack of Krispy Kreme donuts. But then again, it's a bit of a waste, and also Krispy Kreme's quite nice. He doesn't deserve a good treat. Newman handballs it off to Cripps. He bangs it inside 50. But it'll be only as far as Stephen May, so the defence is held up for both sides this quarter. You're going to watch the Soccer Champions League? Yeah, I normally watch the Champions League final, even though I'm not like the biggest soccer fan. I normally watch the Champions League final. I know Real Madrid are in it. I think Dortmund as well. I wouldn't care who wins. In fact, I'd rather Dortmund win, because Madrid are always fucking good. Always seem to win the big leagues and big titles. They're sort of getting annoying. So, if you've just joined us, by the way, the scoreboard is correct. It isn't a joke. The Dees are legitimately on 0, and the Blues are also, they're 5 goals straight. It is a wet weather game, but still, no excuses for being scoreless. 14 minutes 50 to go into the second quarter. Newman goes long down the line. Mackay wanted a free kick, so did the fans. They're not going to get it. Oliver, they're going to race it again. The D's have almost had 20 inside 50s this game as well, so they've had chances. Oliver goes high. Cripps. They're just quicker to the footy, the Blues. Oh, Wiedering makes a small little mistake. Clearing it out again, the Blues possibly. Walsh will get the footy again, and he's just been instrumental in this game so far, Sam Walsh. It's embarrassing we lost this team. Melbourne are still going to be a good side this year, unless this is the start of their fall off. No! That's a shocking kick. Hollands. The Blues are out here. Curnow, he's got a paddock. He wants Mackay, but he'll also go short. And who's got it there? Is that Akers? Or is that Owies? Owies. This is incredible. Absolutely incredible. What team do I go for? St Kilda. For 6 goals straight. Can anyone give me like an accurate figure of how long the first quarter lasted, so I can sort of put the stats together? He's kicked it as well. This is just crazy. I mean, it's actually relatively entertaining for what it is. As disappointing as it also is that it's not close. 6 goals straight to 0 goals 0. It's sort of like an AFL evolution to AFL 23 sort of scoreline, isn't it? 37 minutes of playing time so far. Well, I guess it was a low-scoring first quarter, so it wouldn't have been hot. This is becoming bad. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is the 11th latest. Yeah, this would be the 11th latest time where a team has taken a score anything, and probably going to go down to 10th now, just as the time ticks over.
Owies and finishes it off. Now, Melbourne have got to start thinking what they do here around the ball.
Boy, oh boy, goodness gracious me. The last team to go scoreless at half-time. I know we've still got 13 to go. Round 1, 95 against Essendon. It was Fitzroy.
Fitzroy went scoreless in a half.
That's where the Demons are.
Petrarca marks. They're not going to go scoreless now. That's their first set shot inside 50. First mark inside 50 as well. If he kicks a goal, it'll be mildly disappointing. But then it'll also kickstart hopefully a close contest. And that almost didn't work. It was a bit of a lucky mark there. Petrarca. Quiet start. Still no behinds yet this game. From point blank range, and he split the middle. He split the middle, so the Dees have their first goal. Almost halfway through the second. Not only is that their first goal, it's their first score. It's quite remarkable actually. But they finally got the monkey off the back, and maybe that'll kickstart a few more for the... He probably will, honestly. Normally when sides take ages to kick like a goal, they kick a few in quick succession. Yeah, they could, Sportsnut. Chunky, I wouldn't be talking if I were you, mate. You go for Brisbane, who are basically dead. Trying to get to 100 likes, guys. Should have handballed it to Walsh there. What's up with Gawn today? Like, far out. I'm going to have to hope to loophole Nick Dacos here, because he's fucking... Maybe a loophole won't work. 78. Gawn is 23. Jesus Christ. Well, I hope the Blues don't score a goal here. Good work, Langdon. Margin's 30 points. It doesn't feel like 30 points. It kind of feels like it's less than that. Because Melbourne haven't been that bad. This is better ball movement. Petrarca, he could go to... Oh, he wouldn't go to Gawn. He's going to go for home. Point. That's the first point all game. First point. Yes, I'm aware of that AFL legend.
There's better ball movement from Melbourne off the back line, coming back across the ground and then going in from there.
Dees, do you feel like momentum's changed here?
Yeah, it certainly shifted. You can see just the life that's now in that Melbourne ball movement. It was so stagnant in that first quarter.
Bailey is already cracking it. Probably isn't even at the game, the soft twat. Do my tipping, Freo or Sydney. Go against what I say, so go Sydney. I mean, I went Freo, so just go Sydney, because it probably won't happen. I tip Melbourne tonight. Melbourne obviously not started very well, although they've been leading into 50 counts, 7. By 7, 21-14. Petrarca, another chance. Petrarca's their only scorer. As soon as I sent the message, I came straight here. Yeah, and I definitely reacted to it. I wonder if Bailey is at the game, though. I won't call him or anything like that, because it could be entertaining, but I just don't want to give the guy attention. Because he's a twat, for the most part. Hopefully Petrarca can actually kick this, though. I genuinely want him to kick this to make things interesting. And he has. The D's are coming through Christian Petrarca. He's kicked his second. He's kicked the only 2 goals for Melbourne. And he's kicked the only points for Melbourne as well. 2 goals, 1.
Daisy mentioned having kicked all of Melbourne's 2-1 in this term. He gets a well-deserved high five from coach Simon Goodwin.
He would be wrapped with that, wouldn't he?
Told you Carlton running out of steam. Never really told you.
And the superstar does do it again, BT. He's a, how many times they've called on that number 5 in the Melbourne jersey to do that, but the key for Melbourne now is to get Cozzy Pickett a part of the play, Daisy. How would you do it?
Still yet to touch him.
Well, let's have a look. So
The fact that they haven't decided just to manipulate the midfield.
I need
involved, they're putting
Petty,
behind and no doubt saying, start with
Kerno,
get yourself involved that way.
Fritsch. Fuck, actually, that's not good. I need still quite a few. Kerno's kicked a goal like 57 consecutive games. You'd think Kerno kicking a goal is a lock in every game, just about.
And just for Cozzy, so start with that rather than manipulating, as I said, to get him in the midfield. We've seen Petrarca.
If Fritsch could just get on the scoring end and kick a couple, we are definitely on. What am I uploading next? I'm really hoping to upload tomorrow, but if it's not tomorrow, then Saturday. It's just whether or not I'll have enough time to finish my gather round vlog. I know that's long awaited. I know I should have released it already. And I need to release it this week because next week I got other stuff.
Takes on the man on the mark. Sold him a real dummy. Kemp up in the pack, couldn't take it. Chera shoots it out, but only as far as Langdon to Viney.
Viney, give it a Gorn. Just rack up the stats, Gorn, please. What did Pat Kaz say? Probably asked what the lowest score was. Well, I didn't say what he said, but yeah, that's the lowest score in history, 0 goals 1, when the Saints scored against Geelong in 1899. Could be a free kick against Gorn. It will be. And that was against Gorn as well. That would have happened in that. What would have happened in that game? Oh, well, it would have happened more than just that time. So many times in the 1800s and early 1900s where, you know, we had really low score. I could probably show you some like interesting stats at half time if you wanted me to. Durden about to barrel this through. Most likely not, mate. Bring back the barrel. Yeah, we don't see it often enough. Where players go the barrel kick. Cripps. Akers is there. Gorn. Collecting a few disposals. That was an inefficient one, though. That could be deliberate, although that was a quick kick. The umpire will pay deliberate, though. Yeah, it's pressure, but it's kind of clearly going towards the boundary line. And why do you care for Thomas footy anyways? You don't go for Carlton or Melbourne. Well, Canada's another free kick as well, so it's 11-3. Most have been there, though, I think. A lot of tackles, holding the balls that they're getting. Oh, that's a shot. That is a shot. That was almost through. If that was a little bit closer. That would have gone through. So it's the first behind for Carlton. It's rushed. Scoreline becoming a little bit more normal now.
Still not totally satisfied with what the 666 has done. He was the problem for about 20 seconds at the ball ups. Play on. That has been helpful.
Oh, that's not a good kick at all. Turnover, Cripps, Walsh. Well, he spilled to the footy there. He'll get the tackle. Won't be ball because it was spilled out the contest. And Wiedering saves the day. Wiedering's been really good. Wiedering's been all over his opponent basically this game. Who's he actually been playing on, Wiedering? Is it Petty? I can check right here. No way! No way. I genuinely was checking the lineups and Kernay takes the mark. I gotta check that on replay again. Was it any good? Pretty good mark, yeah. Mark of the week, possibly. I think we'll see a better one than that, but it'll be tough to beat for the day at least because you're not going to see many high-flying marks in the wet. So Charlie Curnow lines up. Not so good for my big call, but I do need him for one for my multi, and he hasn't kicked one yet, Curnow. Normally would have had one by now. And he's missed it. He's actually missed that. First behind for the Blues. That isn't a rushed.
He is looking for a third Coleman in a row. You know who the only player in the AFL era is to win 3 Colemans in a row, Daisy, Joel? Any idea?
Tony Lockett, Jason Dunstall, Gary Ablett Sr., Brian Taylor.
Gary Ablett Sr.
There you go, I got there in the end. I thought it may have been a bit of a loaded question.
That's the land that
Looks like, yeah. Okay, so Widding's on Van Rooyen. Van Rooyen's done shit all. Windsor. Could take a bounce. He goes inside 50. And all over him. Chincotta all over Pickett today. Chincotta is quite underrated, actually. He's had a really good game. Has Pickett even touched the footy yet? I've seen him, like, not once all game. Gone. This is better from Max. He's had not much of an influence, though, in this game. I'd probably say Pitnet's been the better ruck. Oh, well, we'll have a look to see if that is the case. No, Gorn's been the better. Pitnet's done... Apart from the goal, he's done nothing, Pitnet. Like, really not much. Akers is having a good game as well. Curnow finding more of the footy. Might as well wheel and go if you're Carlton. He will. Oh, that's a shocker. It's gone off the side of his boot. Elizabeth are underrated. You can't really say that Elizabeth are underrated when they lost by 16 points. I wonder if Elizabeth will actually have a chance against Lockleys in a few weeks. I think there will be a few AFL players playing for Elizabeth. Like, I think I've been hearing Adam Cooney could be a player. Dill Buckley. So, if AFL players are playing in that for the Div 12... Oh, Cripps has kicked it! Cripps has kicked it. That's another goal kicker, another individual goal kicker for Carlton. They've got 7, which is kind of weird because they've got 7 different goal kickers. The Dees have only the 1, yet they've got 2 goals. Good night. Alright, leave then. It's the second quarter, mate. I don't know why you're already saying good night.
Well, the one thing that you can't do against the Dees is let the ball stay high when it goes inside 50, and Ollie Hollands put it to the perfect spot, but it's then onto the forwards to bring it to ground, and on a night like this, anywhere. So it was great to see that Carlton had the whole stoppage just looked after there, all the angles of it.
Pitnet, the clearance. Cripps marks at centre half forward. Inside 50 he goes.
Oh, I think he's kicked one. He could kick the, be the first multiple goal scorer for Carlton here. Just getting the scores cleared there. 44-13 it should say. Can Brisbane still make top 4? Theoretically, yes, but their chance are very slim with all their injuries and all that. I think it's going to be a bit of a take a back step season. Not as much pressure for Brisbane this year, I wouldn't think, after their start. To, like, you know, win the flag or anything like that. Oh, he's just got it. Unfortunately, he's got the goal and it's 37 points. That is quite unfortunate, if I'm going to be honest with you. I'm extremely glad I didn't go to this game, though, because I didn't think this would be this shit, and I didn't think it'd be wet either. So I just would have been there for no reason, without anyone really at the game that I know with. Jesus Christ. Cash out is at 5 cents. Wasting money every single time I put a bet on.
Well, the issue starting becoming for the Dees is what hole to patch up first. You get a forward look with Petrarca up there, and he goes off and you don't find anything. Van Rooyen in the ruck for a minute there. Pitnet has a chance to dominate that, and a backline that's looked suboptimal at times, then has Paddy Cripps go down and have a real impact. Sam Walsh doing his own thing. They've got problems everywhere at the minute, the Dees.
Blues will be talked up right back. Yeah, they'll be definitely talked up after this game. If it continues the way it's going right now. But I'm pretty confident that in the second half it'll be more even. No, the start they just screwed them over, Melbourne, really. They've got to kick the next goal, though, the Dees. I think they've got to keep the margin under 5 goals at half-time. Good tackle from Sam Walsh. Locks it in there. 3 minutes to go. Gawn taps it out straight to the advantage of Newman. Pickett with a tackle there. Langdon should get the footy. It'll be hard to collect. He'll get the footy. He'll give it a Bowie. And he'll find a target in Neil Bullen with 2:54. It doesn't really matter what I've got on anymore. Well, one's a draw, which isn't a multi. And the other one I've got has Melbourne winning. It'll get up. It'll probably get up, but Melbourne aren't going to win. If Melbourne do win. That's what I'm saying. So it'll probably get up if Melbourne do win. Although Fritsch needs to kick some goals, and he hasn't kicked one yet. That shouldn't be a report. Oh, is he reported for that? Needs to be through. And it is. So the Dees have at least taken their chances. They've had very few. But at the very least, they've taken most of them. Let's have a look. Daniel Turner it was, actually. How many games has he played? Would only be a few, I would feel. I can look it up. A Dees comeback says, yeah, it's a second quarter. Like, they're capable, I guess. Played 5. Did not realise he's been playing for a few years. I thought he played 1 game in 2022, 2 in 2023, and 2 in 2024. His first goals were the 3 he kicked against Richmond, and then he just didn't do anything last week. And Fritsch needs to get into the game here. Lever drops it. It's hard, to be fair, it is hard as a forward in this weather, but still. Viney. Pickett just needs to do something. He hasn't done anything yet. Chera, McGovern might need to get rid of it. He does. Chera. And that's a good take. Matty Owies with a minute 30. Oh, yeah, it is 19.
There he goes. Mackay was held by McDonald. Curnow. Inside attacking 50 with DeConey. Curnow's got a run at it. Front Kennedy knocked away towards the boundary.
Minute to go.
Until half time.
Camera's tilted. Yeah, I know it's tilted. It doesn't matter. It's because the tripod's tilted. Is that better? I mean, it is better. I'll leave it there. Tilted. I knew it was tilted. I just didn't know how to fix it, but that actually fixed it right there. Fixes the most part. It's still, I think it might be a little bit still. Good tackle. So there's 40 seconds to go. Can Melbourne find a late goal? Van Rooyen with the tackle there. Let's see. 25. The Blues will probably be able to lock it in and just get it out of there. 19 seconds. I'd imagine. I don't care about the T20 World Cup. And I don't know who you are with that name. It's another troll, isn't it? Just gonna, might actually time you out in a second. 7 seconds. Carlton will do enough. Walsh won't get that last stat. It will be enough for Carlton. They lead it by 31. Well, really, more of an even quarter on the scoreboard, but it's just not enough for Melbourne. It just simply isn't enough, which is a bit disappointing. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. So, what's up? Let's have a look, right, at AFL tables. People want to know what the lowest score in history is. No, that's not the right one. You go to game records. So these are the lowest scores. You notice how all of them are in the 1890s? The only one that wasn't was... Well, there were a few in the early 1900s, but really the latest was 1953. Fitzroy kicked 1 goal. So I imagine in most of these scenarios, for the person who was saying, has there been a player that's kicked the entire score, would have been happening here, would have happened in these games. What the F did? Yeah, they've been shit, yeah. What are some other interesting ones? Like 66 scoring shots in 1977. That's pretty significant. That 1953 game, Fitzroy kicked their only goal, the kick off the ground from the last play of the game. See, I didn't know that. That would have been very annoying as a fan watching that if you wanted to see them go goalless. What did the opposition score in that game? 66. It would have been wet, you would think. Least points in a game. I'd love to see this, but like in the 1990s onwards, like in the AFL era, because they're all going to be like ages ago because of how the game was back then. This is a semi-final where Essendon kicked 1 goal and won, kicking 14. Most scoring shots, 66. Yeah, this is all like the 1990s, 1980s, 1990s. This is 2012. Hawthorn had 53 against GWS. Most points in the game, 345. Yeah, this is really going to change, I don't think, in the next 50 years. 41 most behinds. Saints most accurate game, surprisingly. Inaccurate scoring. Fremantle the Derby in 2019 makes the cut. Well, I'm going to go back because people are leaving. I want to stick around, but people are leaving, so I don't find that interesting enough. Did you do the full 3? No, I didn't do the full 3 hours because it got banned. I have to do it. I have to do another 45 minutes at some stage, so probably Monday. I didn't do 3 hours 45. Does it say I did that? It says the stream lasted for 2 hours 28, but I said 55 at the point of it getting banned. Which is shit, actually. 55 minutes. It's another hour of watching Fireman Sam. As a nerd, yeah, it's interesting stuff. I could go back to that, really, but it's only worthy if I'm getting comments related to it. Otherwise, if I'm not getting anything related to it and people just spamming other stuff, I'm only really entertaining myself. Can this timer stop resetting every time I change scenes? Surely there's an option for it to not do that. I think that I fixed it there. Let's see. So if I click on this and then go back. Okay, so I need to make it so that also doesn't play. Properties. Restart. Alright, I think that should fix that. So if I go back, and I go back, alright, then that doesn't happen. I don't want that to happen, because it's annoying. So close to the sub. Yeah, so close, but unfortunately, I feel like it's going to be falling a little short, unless we can find some way of getting there. So I don't know how we would now, but it's ticking a little bit. It's got like 16, 17 today. It's alright, like, for the stream, which is probably on par of what I normally get. Maybe a little bit over sometimes. You going to Tassie tomorrow? No, I'm not going to Tassie tomorrow. I'm going on Saturday. Pretty early. It's a 1:45 start, so you could make the argument that you probably would be better off going tomorrow, but I'm not. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow night, actually, instead. Because if I was leaving tomorrow, I probably wouldn't have done a stream in the hotel room or wherever I'm staying. So it's just easier. I might go back to AFL tables, because... Oh, no, that's not it. See if there's anything else that's, like, any recent games. Like, I look through this quite often. More goals than behinds. 26 goals. Melbourne, the famous game in 2011. 145 is Hawthorn v Saints. Hawthorn scored 30 goals, 36 goals, 15. North Hobart. Where is that? They played at North Hobart. So they had 5 games at North Hobart. One of the games, the team scored 231. Fitzroy played in every single one of those games. They won a couple. They've lost 3. With Freo Swans going to like 11. Oh, no, that'll finish before 11. And then straight after, I'll just go to bed. Got to get up at 5 as well, 5:30. I'll do both games. I've got everything set up for that. I'll do both games. Biggest first quarter comebacks. I don't know, this might be interesting for some people. Yep, alright, I can move my mouse. 58 points. This is actually, I think, mentioned in one of my videos earlier this year. 2001, half-time. St Kilda, number 3. It was 49. We got to 55 points at one stage. 2013, Brisbane John. 45 is the biggest three-quarter comeback in 1995. Biggest losses with more scoring shots, 83. Fitzroy, 1928, scored 2 goals, 27-39, which is more scoring shots than 19 goals, 8, and lost by 83. It starts at 8:30. Doesn't it start at 8? Oh, no, it starts at 8:30. You're right. I thought it started at 8:10 for a second. So it'll probably go to 11:10 then. Just after 11. A late start. A very late start for footy, actually, because you typically... You get 8:10 p.m. starts sometimes on a Friday, if it's at Optus. Or on Saturday sometimes, but normally no, Saturday. Actually, no. On Optus, when they play at Optus on Saturday nights, I don't start it that late. They did last week, actually, West Coast v Essendon. They didn't against Freo Bulldogs. That was a 7:40 start. Interesting. $106 likes. You and Hayes should stream. No, we shouldn't. Why would we stream a game when we're both going? Hayes is actually going to the game. He's going last minute. Biggest loss of eventual premier. So only one time did a team lose by over 100 when they won the flag, and that was Carlton in 1945. Port lost by 92 in 2004. Richmond lost by 76 in 2017. I remember they started terribly in 2017, the Tigers. They didn't start... they didn't start terribly, I should say. They started... It might not have been 2017. It might have been another year. No, they actually started well that year, but then they lost badly. Got a couple of subscribers there. They lost badly. And then they lost 3 close games to put them 5-4. Look at that. Against the Dogs. That was the Mundy goal after the siren. That was when Cameron kicked that late goal. And then they lost another big game against the Saints. That was a crazy game. I remember that. We were up by 80 points at half time. They lost 4 in a row in 2017. No, it was 3. But you're right, you remember that. Yeah, I might as well keep looking at this. We've got like time to kill at half time. If you want to put in any input, if there's anything you have any recollection of revolving or anything like this. Tiger Time says Tigers started 5-0, then lost the next 4 in 2017. Yeah, so I was wrong about... They had a shit start to some year. What year was it when they won the flag? It might have been 2020. It was 2020. They won their first game and they drew against Collingwood. Lost by 32, then lost by 26. They actually lost against St Kilda there. Well, it wasn't like the worst. I mean, it was a bad start. It was 1-1-2, but then they picked it up. They were 6-1-4 at this stage, and they won their last 6. 2019, they were 7-6 after they lost to Adelaide. They got smashed by Geelong. They got done by North. In fact, all of their losses have been by big margins. Look at that. Every loss was by over 5 goals. They only had 6 losses that year. Then they won their last... how do I reset it? Then they lost their last... No, they won their last 11. And their last 9 of the last 10, or 8 of the last 9 were at the MCG. (2019) that year they were 7-6. Again, I don't know how you remember that, because I'm pretty sure you said that before I went over it. I know that 2018 they started well. But again, every game at the Adelaide Oval, Richmond lose during this period. See, look at that. Loss. This is a loss at the Adelaide Oval. loss. This is the only anomaly, but they lose against Adelaide, the Adelaide Oval every year. Loss. Loss at the, again loss. Then they win there. This is another interesting year for Richmond. They started 3-10, and they made finals somehow by winning their last 9, and they got absolutely smashed against Port in the elimination final. AFL does have a relegation. No, it doesn't have a relegation. Surely the halftime break isn't that much longer. I'll have a look, actually. Surely it's not that much longer, right? Another 6 minutes. Can you check Geelong? Yeah, if there are any requests, I may as well. Like, what else is there to do? (2022). I'm familiar with 2022. They were 5-4 when they lost to St Kilda, and then they won their next 16 games. Look at that. I don't know if there's anything in particular you want to see. You can have a little pause though if you want to have a look, like margin wise. The biggest loss was 30. Looks like the camera is flat. Great. Couldn't even last a half. It is disappointing. It's very disappointing that I can't even last a half. I thought it was charging. I charged it 2 hours ago. Just makes the stream a little shitter. It didn't go flat when I was with Sammy, and that didn't have that much battery, I didn't think. Well, Sammy and Chris. Well, let's have a look. I'm gonna have to switch it up back to the other camera for a little bit. And when I say a little bit, it should only be like 20 minutes, and then I'll probably have enough battery for the rest of the stream. Maybe 25, 30. Like on its own, it's not that bad, but when you compare it to the other one, it is pretty bad. And we're gonna leave it there, or do we want to go back and have a look at more stuff? Yeah, might as well. I will do that. All right. What else do you want? Brisbane 2017. Are you saying that for a reason, or are you just saying it randomly? Because I feel like there's like what's so interesting about Brisbane's season in 2017? They had 5 wins, 17 losses. They won by 58 and 57. But then they had 5 losses over 60 points. They were not really involved in any close games at all. The only close game was the game against Gold Coast in round 1. What other games do you stream this? I'm streaming tomorrow. You should have... I thought you knew that. Go through the fixture as well. I really want to know why they haven't released the... Back to the fixture, it's being weird. Why haven't they released the times and dates after round 15? They still haven't. They still are going to do it this week on a Tuesday. They still haven't done it. I want to know so I can plan ahead for other things. Release the times and dates now. It's gotten to the point where you probably have enough data to know whether a team's going to be good or a team's going to be shit. May 17. Well, they said it was going to be this week, didn't they? I heard it somewhere. They said that was going to happen. Sam Walsh on 85. Cripps is on 75. I was actually going to bring in Cripps possibly. Could have done that. Would have been a smart idea. Gawn's on 80. But he's a captain, so he wants more. I mean, Walsh is on more and he's not a captain. That's how bad. Okay, Howes has been not good. Windsor has been good, though. Take your score. Take Windsor's 43. Where am I tipping? Alright, yeah, I'll have a look at that. Fuck off, I didn't click submit tips. Well, it won't matter. Because it would give me the away team anyways. As if I didn't click submit. In the video, I even remembered clicking submit. I had it on my screen. Well, I mean, lucky I remembered, I guess. Like, if I didn't check, I probably wouldn't have checked for the rest of the round. Because look at that, last round, I don't click submit when I film my video. I think I do. I'm under the impression that I do because I do the video, but I don't actually click submit. But look how bad some of these rounds are. 3, 3. I start quite well. Look at that. Top 11%. Top 5%. Top 2%. And then 7. Top 12. Top 33. Top 45. Bottom 42. Bottom 37. Bottom 37 I am right now. I'm ranked 537th. Alright, we're getting underway now. I felt like it took a while. There's a chance they may not have gifted me any points in my competition because I forgot to tip. Which is shit. That means I'm definitely out of the competition there. Alright, anyways, underway, second half. Can the Dees respond here? I wonder. I say that, and 7 seconds in, Carlton kicked the first. That's Charlie Curnow as well. Might be touched though, but if he does kick it, then it will technically be handy from a multi. Not really from a big calls though. It could be touched. G'day Xavier. G'day Xavier, how are we? Does that look touched? Kind of. But again, like, these are pretty useless angles, like very blurry vision from that far away. I think it's going to remain a goal, actually. Well, that looked like a finger bent back, but they've kept it a goal. Looked like that may have been a touch behind. It probably was. I probably did touch him, but you just leave it there, so it's not as boring. Pick it. Got it. Good. Good start to the quarter. 2 goals. 2 goals for my multi. They won't get up if Melbourne don't win, so they're going to start doing something remarkable here, the Dees. 46 in chat. I don't know. Is there something I'm doing wrong with the live reactions? Like, there has to be some reason why they're not doing so well anymore. It's just a mid-season slump. We're getting into that period. I don't know. I don't get it. It's quite annoying, to be honest. Do you think Xavier Dersma has been... How do you think he's been? He's had some good games. He's been quite in other games. I think overall he's done alright.
They need to make sure that they're making it really tough for Carlton in there, and if they get their hands on it, they've got to close them down really quickly.
Try overreacting. That just, mate, it's not genuine though. I don't want to fake.
Half forward. Able to mark Chandler, but he hit the ground. Kept his feet. Hand pass though straight to Wiedering. He's tackled by Billings. Williamson falls for it.
It's clearly not entertaining enough for the viewers. That's why they're all leaving. So I've got to be more entertaining then, or informative. I've got to provide something. Like maybe I'm just not good enough.
Very good effort. Impressive. Consistency.
I don't know. I don't understand it. Kerno Wilson goes. He goes inside. It's a great kick out. Oh, he's dropped it, but he'll give the free kick, or the mark, I should say.
No lead forthcoming. Mackay just saying get it in long, high and hot. Martin does not oblige.
Kerno isn't in the 50.
Because he can see him. He knows the way the forwards want it. De Koning in front.
McDonald. Oh no. Oh no. Kennedy. Owies. Goal. 3 in the first 2 minutes. This game is so... It's not boring when there are goals though, to be honest. You can't say that now. It's not boring when there are goals, but it's not close. That's why you're saying it's boring, which is fair. I'd rather see all these goals occur. 3 in like 2 minutes there. It's just another shit in Thursday game. Underwhelming. It's been underwhelming all bloody year. When is Crows v Blues?
On the last line of defence, you've got to be clean, you've got to be sure with your hands. And he wasn't. Had a couple of goes at it. That's the difference. Kennedy straight in, one take.
Pretty sure last year I did a few games where I would have most likely have done that stream, but last minute I pulled out and they turned out to be really close. I think of Port Melbourne and Sydney Geelong as examples. But I elected not to stream when I could have easily streamed. And technically this year it's the same. When I was sick, after Saints v Giants, I intentionally didn't stream after that. And as a result, I missed out on 2 thrillers that I could have streamed.
Does look like the players are growing with confidence with ball in hand, so conditions playing a part of that. Dries up pretty quickly. A kick from Curnow through the
3/4 time, I'm going to go through some of the Thursday games last year to see if it's a trend or if it's just something that's happening this year.
Yeah, still a little bit of dew on these guys, but players look like they're having no problems now marking this ball, so skills are very good.
Don't bother doing Hawthorn v North. If the game's on a Sunday, it's guaranteed to do a lot better than a Thursday. But this game is nowhere near as good as what the last few Carlton v Melbourne games have been. That's why I gave this game a chance. I was like, oh, this is a tough one. I'm going to go Melbourne by 5 points. Overall, Melbourne have sucked when I've streamed Melbourne games. The last 4 streams I've done for Melbourne have all been losses, and by significant margins. Well, the last 2 at least. By like decent margins where the game hasn't been a contest. Interestingly, from last week, the Pies beat the Blues in the Blues home game the last 11 times. That's a stat I didn't know about. 11 in a row. It's a lot. You would think the Dees could have mopped that up easily, but they didn't. Jeez, it's getting desperate times for Melbourne now. It's not even anywhere near 3/4 time, and they're already looking like they're staring down the barrel of a big loss. Giving primetime games is such a gamble. Well, both these sides are going to probably be top 6 anyways, despite the result. It's not like this is Carlton play, or this is, yeah, it's not like this is Carlton playing Who's expected to be good this year but are just shit? I'm trying to find a good example. Like, it's not like this is Carlton versing... But then again, Brisbane, you never know with Brisbane. Or like Carlton Western Bulldogs. I could easily see Carlton smashing the Bulldogs by over like 7 goals. It's just a slippery wet ball here. Okay, Windsor continuing to impress. They need to find Fritsch. Give him something. The kicks inside 50 is shocking. And then this is too easy. Akers. Not the best kick. McVee off to Windsor again. He just taps it in front and it does well, alright. Petty's there. He needs a goal. It was alright. They gained a bit of territory. Port Dees has been by far the best. That might be the only game of Melbourne this year that I haven't watched. Didn't get to watch any of that game until the last 10 minutes because I was at the Essendon Saints game. Melbourne Geelong was good as well. It wasn't as entertaining as Melbourne v Port, but it was still good. I've watched every single Melbourne game apart from that and the Hawthorn game. And that Hawthorn game was no good. It was shocking, to say the least. Here we go, Fritsch. Please kick this, mate. I beg, I plead. I really need you to kick this. Oh my God, he's missed. Don't laugh. It's not a fucking joke. No funny business in that. That's costing your team any chance of getting back into this game. Oh, I really needed him to kick that. He needed 2 for me. And I just had any chance of Melbourne getting back in this game. Cottrell. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Carlton getting the quick response. Walsh. Breaks free from the tackle. McDonald. Clean up. Well, this is really, really congested here from the D's. Free kick to Windsor. Okay, there you go. Reset. I don't know when Brisbane v Adelaide. Oh, no, I do know when that is. I probably won't be streaming that game. It's this week, yeah. On a Sunday? No, probably not. At least the D's are getting free kicks this quarter, so they can't complain about the Yums if they wanted to for them losing. Because the free kick count will be more even. And this is exactly why I don't bother going to Thursday night games. And why I'm considering maybe not doing next... I will do next week. I will do next week. I actually think Gold Coast Geelong could be the best of the lot. It just... Something tells me the Suns are going to upset the Cats. Because at TAO. Akers, Petrarca, Neil Bullen, Cottrell. That'll be fine. There's a chance. No, I genuinely reckon Gold Coast Geelong, it's got every possibility of being close Gold Coast win or Geelong winning by 55, 60 points. It's just because it's at TAO Stadium, the Cats might just not be well adjusted to the conditions at all. Because North and Gold Coast played this week, so they'll have like an extra week of preparation. I mean, I'd only hope that game's good. Do you think... that's a very good question. I don't think you can make any argument for it not being the case if he didn't. So I would say yes, he probably would. Deep down, he definitely would. But he'll probably say something like, oh yeah, it was just a fair... He wouldn't say they were robbed like Richmond if they were Sydney in that situation. Because deep down, anyone with a brain wouldn't admit, or would admit that it was a robbery for the goal. Mackay, how does he get so much space? How do all these players get so much space? Walsh misses. If he would have kicked that, I would have at least taken it, because I mean it takes me fantasy points and all that, but there hasn't been like a game on Thursday, right, that's been like an absolute smashing where we've seen an actual domination from a side. Would this surprise you if I said that every Thursday night game apart from the Dogs Saints game has featured scores of under 100? They've all been low scoring shit shows. I mean, again, apart from GWS v Brisbane, but that doesn't really feel like a true Thursday night game at all. It was, but it was on Anzac Day, so we're going to give that like a let off. But these sort of Thursday games, like the first games of the year. Well, every first game of the round, apart from Bulldogs Saints, both sides have scored under 100 in shit, low-scoring games. Who wins MCG or Marble Chips? I would say the G, but like ultimately, if I had to pick any stadium, I'd pick Adelaide Oval. I mean, I'll see if Utah's have any decent chips in a couple of days. That'll be interesting. That'll be an interesting video idea, in a way. What stadium's chips are better. Why do the D's do good, then play shit? I seem to always stream the D's at their worst. I stream them against the Swans, them against the Lions, and them against the Blues today. I streamed the D's at their worst. I haven't really been able to watch the D's at their best this year. Because you'd make the argument against Port Adelaide, probably Hawthorn, they'd be up there with Melbourne's best performances of the year. And I haven't been able to watch any of those games. Thursday night's getting boring now. I agree. I'm considering just not worth. Well, it's not worth my time. Petrarca's got it. Thank fuck for Petrarca keeping them in it. It's a 31-point margin now, but the D's would want more of that. They can't be satisfied with just the one goal through Petrarca. But yeah, I agree, Andy. They've been boring, and it's been reflected on the streams. They've never really been performing well at all. Any of the Thursday games, because the games just suck in general. If we actually had a streak of good, close games, more people would be hyped for Thursday games.
Why did DS do this GD win then play shit?
He's kicked his third. What's his stats? Let's have a look. We've definitely seen better Friday games than Thursday games, I guarantee you. That's been true. 100 fantasy for Sam Walsh. Still pissed off that I'm not captaining him, even though I had him captain before the start of the round and I changed it. And Kerno responds, fuck's sakes! Fuck's sakes! Oh, can a side just kick consecutive in these crappy games? Why is it always an instant reply? So Kerno's kicked his second. That's about as annoying as any goal I've seen so far this game has gotten. Go and have another L fantasy game. Let me tell you this, Andy. I had Walsh as the captain 30 minutes before. I'm like, I think Gawn's going to dominate, so I changed the C and put it on Gawn 30 minutes before the game. Gawn's sitting at, he's sitting not even at 50. He's sitting at 50, whereas Walsh is at 100. So literally, the score that I have for Gawn as captain is the exact same as Walsh's. It's bullshit. That's why I should probably quit fantasy. I won't. I won't quit it, but times like that make me want to do so. 4 close Friday games for 1 close Thursday. Yeah, and the 1 close Thursday was actually a really good game. Richmond Carlton. It got me hyped for the year and all that. I'd say Collingwood Saints is a good Thursday game overall. And then we've got 4 more after tonight. We've got Gold Coast Geelong. I actually feel like that could be okay. Bulldogs Sydney, I have a good feeling that won't be good. Port v Carlton. Port v Carlton. Sam Walsh is completely covered in that paint. His leg is blue. Port Carlton maybe will be alright. Adelaide Richmond won't be good. But Adelaide v Richmond I'm going to go to probably. Are you going to Elizabeth Oval or whatever the place is if you're still in chat, Andy, for the Div 12 Reezy's game? I already booked flights for that. So I've got to find a way to get tickets to Adelaide Richmond because I'm going to go. I might as well go to that game as well. Stay an extra night so I don't have to worry. And I've got, I have a hotel to stay at as well. I won't have to stay in the airport, which is much better. That was the game I thought most likely not be a close one, says AL. Yeah, if you compare one to the other ones, but I actually feel like we're going to get the ones that you don't expect to be close. Carlton Richmond, I didn't think many would have expected that to be close. So I'm thinking something similar with Gold Coast v Geelong. Purely because at TIO. I feel like if that game was at Heritage Bank, it would favour Geelong more. TIO helps the Suns. Both the Melbourne's losses this year. Well, Melbourne don't have another Thursday game this year, do they? No. Carlton have another one. But I think that'll be okay because it's at the Adelaide Oval. Blues have only won there once, and that wasn't even against an Adelaide side. Do Lions have any more Thursday games? They don't. You will be going. That's good to see. Good to hear, I should say. Keen to go somewhere different. Elizabeth is the Frankston of Melbourne. Well, that's not good then. I mean, I've never been to Elizabeth, so that'll be new. Hopefully no one gets stabbed there. Go Fritsch. Go Pickett. Go Pickett. Fuck. Oh, jeez, he needed to kick that. I'll give Chincotta credit though. That's a good tackle. That's a reason why he didn't kick that. May. How come? Like, why is Elizabeth like Frankston? A lot of drug addicts, like a lot of those sort of people. It's just not a very safe. Must not be a very safe suburb. That's a tackle. That should be ball. It is. I'm heavily supporting Melbourne for the next 20 minutes, even though I probably like Carlton more as a side. If they can keep the margin within 20 points at three-quarter time, there'll still be at least a bit of hope. But Fritsch needs to step up here because honestly, he's the only one pulling me back. And Harry Petty as well. If they're to make a resurgence, both those players need goals as he's kicked a point. Another poster. Fritsch with a poster earlier. Chandler with one now. They can't afford the posters. They have to just convert. Put those through the middle. Half chance to go through. We'll see if I can actually connect my camera. Should be able to connect it. Should have enough juice. Oh, this is just shit. It's just not charging, is it? This has been on charge for 30 minutes and it's gone 7%. How does that make any sense? Let me just charge it on another outlet quickly. And it's always such a shitty feeling on a Thursday because after a crappy game, you feel like you just... Well, you just feel like you don't want to get up at 5:30 the next morning, which is what I have to do every Thursday night. Hopefully that's on charge and actually gets a bit of battery for the last quarter. Interestingly, Melbourne lead the inside 50 count. Yeah, that's not surprising. Carlton's defence has been elite. That's where the Snowtown stuff happened. I thought they were going to host the game at a bigger ground though, like at a more relevant Sandford ground possibly. I know it was difficult for them to get that all sorted. Have they only just decided to do Elizabeth because of the recent exposure on Elizabeth and that game and all that against that Fitzroy, wasn't it? Because I don't think that ground would hold a lot. Maybe that's for another game. I wouldn't think it's for another game. Oh, Elizabeth is actually like nowhere near the city. Chera out, Hewitt in. Won't matter. Won't matter. Yeah, I know it's pretty bad go time. Like at that point, you'd consider whether you want to continue playing footy. Elizabeth is very far out actually. It's in a suburb. It is like a Frankston just due to how far away it is from everything else. There are a few ovals in Elizabeth as well. Like a lot of ovals. Aragana Park, that's where it is. I'm having more intrigue in actually looking at the place on Google Maps than I am watching the footy. Not much of a live reaction. Not a bad ground, but it's a ground without a grandstand, so that's going to be a... it's got a lot of a... There's a gate. Sort of sucks behind the goals. Surely they've just fold. They're not going to fold. That's just one of their clubs. I don't know. I actually don't know if it's their senior team or what division or whatever or not, but they're not going to fold. They've been around for a while. The AFL shop is in Elizabeth. Okay, probably won't need to go to the AFL store, but it's kind of weird because I know they only have one AFL store in Adelaide now. So why so far out in Elizabeth? What happened to the one in the city that they got rid of? Anyways, in the footy, it's 4 minutes to go. The club shouldn't fold. Yeah, it's a pretty big suburb. They've got like a massive shopping centre, it seems, as well there. That's probably where that AFL store is you're talking about. So it's like a genuinely decent suburb. They've got a lot of little suburbs within Elizabeth as well. Come on, Fritch. I literally am praying. You need to kick 2 for my multi. Hence, I need him to kick this, but also I need Melbourne to have any chance of winning if I want that multi to get up as well, because I had them up for the multi. Yes. Come on. Game on. No, I wouldn't say game on, honestly, because like, you get excited. The hope kills you. They'll get a quick centre clearance, the Blues, and get a goal in the next 30 seconds. They've been able to get the instant response pretty much every time. But 29 points looks like, you know, there's still an opportunity for the Dees to come back. But there have been so many Thursday games where it's like an almost chance. Like Adelaide had an almost mini comeback. Brisbane had an almost comeback against Collingwood. Adelaide had an almost comeback against Melbourne. Melbourne had an almost comeback against Brisbane. The only game where it was just completely shit was Saints v Bulldogs. Like, Port had an almost mini comeback against Adelaide. It's the same storyline. Like, it really is. 40,000 people live in Elizabeth. Yeah, it's massive, actually. I didn't know that many people live there. That's... How many people live in Frankston? Petrarca. Oh, Windsor. Oh, that wasn't Windsor. It was Chandler. Pick it up. Langdon. Clean pickup. Langdon. Oh, no. Got the journey. And it'll be a rush behind. That would have made things quite interesting. Heading into 3/4 time if that was a goal. The D's have to lock it in here. They need to try to do as much as they possibly can to force another entry inside 50 and get their best possible chance at scoring. They just can't let the Blues clear it out so easily. Petrarca. Honestly, that was smart. Drives it inside. Fritsch gets pushed. Kemp will take the mark. 48. 2 minutes 47 now. Melbourne will surge and lose by 10. Alright, we'll see if that's accurate. You're normally pretty accurate with those sort of statements. Gone. Could not find it. He's disappointed me. He's disappointed me. I don't think I've had one good captain's performance in fantasy this year where I've had a score of over 115 or 120. That's terrible. BT always loves to make a shit game sound closer than what it is. It's probably better for ratings. I don't blame him. Probably what I needed to get more viewers on the stream. All right, Rivers. 2 minutes 18. Cut off by Hewitt. Gone. Lazy. Pitney. Cripps. Goes short, but that's not a good kick. Cut off. Sparrow. A lot of Dees jumpers, but they're not in positions they want the ball to be. He just goes long. And Curnow, who's playing a bit of a swingman role in defence, takes a mark. I don't know. I definitely want to play, but I'm not sure. I haven't been known about anything yet. That's not to say that in the coming weeks an announcement won't occur. And if so, I'd love to play. Well, I'm going anyways. Oh, shit. Oh! Not a mark! Van Rooyen. Petrarca has kicked 3 already. He'll kick his 4th. He does kick his 4th. And the D's are still in this game. They're just creeping in here. The margin's reduced to 22 points, and that's multiple goals for the first time in a while for the D's. Since their first and second, I think. Petrarca keeping him in it. Although that probably was a mark to McGovern. I'm not going to lie, that was a bit harsh and stiff. I think every neutral fan wanted that to go through, though. Fritsch has kicked... Oh, no, Fritsch has kicked one. Oh, yeah, no, Fritsch did kick one. So it's just Petty and Fritsch need to kick goals in the last quarter. You'd pay that McGovern mark any day. Clearly not on a Thursday. They don't pay that. Oh, I also had under 158.5. So let's just hope the goals aren't massive in the next quarter. You know what will happen though. Curnow will kick one with a minute to go. Or someone like that. Lever. Not a good kick. Curnow, he's playing the defender role right now. Michael Voss has decided, no, you know what? We're going to throw him back. Which isn't the worst thing for me because I do need the two forwards to combine for less than 3 or less goals. They've combined for 3 so far. So I just need to pray that Colonel and Mackay don't kick another one, either of the two in the last quarter. Chance are they will. Not paid ball. The Blues are now getting the rough end of the umpiring. Good tackle, Pitt. It should have been ball. 36 seconds. High ball. 30 seconds. Mackay's there, but so are 3 other Dees players. They've got numbers aplenty. Van Rooyen. Well, he almost. Now, I wonder if the Dees are going to try and score here. Or do the Blues still have a chance? McGovern. 11 seconds to go. That's not a very good kick. With 7 on the clock, you'd think that'd be it for 3/4 time. Well, the Dees have cut the margin again. Petrarca kicked another 2 that quarter. They've actually been relatively high scoring in the last couple quarters. Alright, well there you go. There's your quarter. BT believe it's game on. I'm not quite convinced, but I mean, I'll take a possible chance of a close game. That was a long quarter as well. I'll let we get a few more numbers in the stream. It's not been as bad as last week, I don't think. I reckon we'll just read the chat here. I reckon maybe get back on the stream and check to see. I could show on Google Maps what the Elizabeth ground is, like what it looks like. Possibly, if people want me to have a look at it. I'm having a look at it right now. There's like a big old... like a massive gravel pavement on the perimeter of the ground for most of the ground. So there is a lot of space, but there's just no grandstand whatsoever. There's not a single chair to sit down on. I think that's where it'll be played. I'll show you the oval. I think this is the one, yeah? But there are a few, but I'm pretty sure from what was put on the Facebook post, this is it. Alright. This is, I think, where the game will be played. So as you can see, there's a massive, like, gravel patch on the perimeter of the ground. Would I assume there'd be cars parked? Wouldn't there? Or is this only a place where people are allowed to like stand and watch the game? Or will there be cars? I don't know. It doesn't look like there's a lot of space. But it doesn't look bad. Like it just doesn't look like they'll be able to. But like the surface looks good. I think that's the scoreboard. Those would be the club rooms. They're not the greatest club rooms, if I'm going to be honest. So yeah, that's it. They're not going to play it fucking here, right? They only started playing there in the 80s, so that's why there's no grandstand. So you're telling me that most grandstands are built before the 80s, or could they not have built one after establishing? The 80s is quite late, though, for a suburb as big as Elizabeth. And this is where they play netball. Well, clearly they don't play volleyball here, do they? And there's the primary school, I think. So that's where like the how would one get to the actual ground though? Is there a train? Yeah, there would be. You'd have to like walk. 1.3 Ks. I think that'd be the closest. Or would you go from this station? You'd probably go off here. That's not too bad. Well, anyway, back to the footy. We can have a look at the stats. Walsh looking like he's clearly going to be the best on ground. Still the Dees leading inside 50s. Haven't been in front once though, that's a problem. Petrarca. Charlie Curnow, 76 fantasy points. Most grandstands are rolled. Yeah, that's not surprising. Elizabeth mostly settled after World War II with the £10 POMs. Let me check to see how much charge my camera has. I'm hoping it has at least 20%. It should be at least at 20%. It is, alright. That'll definitely last a quarter. Drop. Viewers have dropped. What the hell? You can never win on Thursday night. You genuinely can never win unless it's a good game. Alright, if the Blues kick the first couple of the quarter, I'd call the game there, really. I know you can't see me right now. For some reason, can't show myself. That should fix it. Come on, about to start the quarter, so turn on, please. Come on, turn on, please. Good. All right. I wouldn't say I'm nervous at all or anything like that, but I'm just hoping for something. We've had close games between these two sides for the last few outings, so surely another one can happen here. Fuck. What's happened here? Fuck. Fucking hell.
Well, just a little bit of great heads-up play, individual brilliance there from Matty Owie. He's just waiting for Deconing. We heard in the pre-game Michael Voss talking about the little moments.
I don't really know what happened there, but I believe I accidentally closed down OBS. And the Blues obviously kicked the first there, so that just helps the game get better, doesn't it? It's really disappointing. I didn't mean to do that. Why does it say 3/4 time when I changed it? No, it's not game over yet, I guess, but it basically is. We've seen this so often that it's just become too repetitive and frustrating, honestly. There needs to be an investigation on why Thursday night games are so boring. How many Melbourne tips have you got wrong? Most I would have gone wrong. I reckon I've only gotten 2 games correct. The 2 games would have been the Sydney v Melbourne game and the Hawthorn v Melbourne game. And the Richmond v Melbourne game. That'd be it. Most of the other ones I wouldn't have gotten all wrong. Which is pretty bad. But Melbourne could still win this game if Petrarca can genuinely kick like 6 or 7. It's a chance here for his 5th. He's pretty much kicked... Oh, he's kicked more than half of Melbourne's score. He's kicked 25. The Dees only kicked 48. This is a tough one. He's not the best set shot, I don't think, so I'm not going to back him in here. And that's why. That's why I'm not going to back him in. 49 to 76. The Dees against the Lions were down by like 45, 50 at one stage and only lost by like 20. They kicked like 4 really late ones. I remember that. That was also one of the dull Thursday games we've seen. So this is similar. It's not as bad, I wouldn't think. Petty! Now, I need him for the multi. So if he kicks this, all I'll need is Fritsch to kick 1 more and Melbourne to win. If only I made it Carlton head-to-head. That's what's going to get me. Thoughts on the big free? Yeah, they're good this year. We'll get one soon. Very clean. Petty needs to kick this. Far out! Oh! That is pathetic. That's infuriating, honestly. I doubt he'll get another opportunity better than that, to be honest, Petty. Blues have numbers to Koning, Pitney, Walsh. Good tackle, Oliver, Neil Bullen. Oh, they're in trouble, Melbourne. They did alright there. Very good, well. Woden. Oh, bounce over everyone's heads. Kemp. It's a very, very shocking quality game of footy in this quarter, realistically, with the skills. You expect that in the wet. Boyd out of line. 6 down the clock. That miss is so critical. It's not COVID at all. I know exactly what it is. It's what happens when you forget to take all your antibiotics when you've got a bad cough. Some sort of a virus. Hole in the ball. The Dees always charge home late in games. They're a fast finishing side for most games they have been this year. Viney tried to go the specky. Okay, well, Cottrell kicks it to the advantage of Melbourne here. Howes. McDonald. He could go back to Howes, or he could go to Oliver. Now, yeah, alright, well, we'll see if he's got the journey, Oliver. He goes short. Oh, Windsor. Oh, Windsor. Inexperience. Fair result, I reckon. Could have been ball. I'd love to check the weather radar. Just resign to a date. I know they're going to lose, but I just want to watch a good game of footy.
When a player's trying to suck you in like that, brilliant stuff by the ref.
Braun tries to release Petrarca, but Cottrell clears it.
Like, you know it's a confirmed result when it's $0 and 1 cent. If I wanted to cash out. 6 inside 50s they've had the last 6. For nothing, really. And they haven't got a goal out of it, so they haven't really used it efficiently. Gordon gets a free. So they're getting free kicks. They're getting all this stuff. They're just not getting goals. Oh, my Lord. From a leader like that to kick it out in the full without really any pressure is quite inexcusable. Needs to learn how to kick. Probably. Today, yes. He's not been very good at all. Curnow 1-on-2. Curnow almost won it. May. They've just got to stand strong here, the D's. McDonald. Viney. They're trying the D's, but they're not good enough to kick 5 goals here. Boyd. Walsh. And the Blues are on. Great tackle from Jack Billings. That tackle could have cost a goal there. Or saved them a goal, I should say. Petrarca. Wheels and goes. Cripps is alright there. Cozzy. Hewitt. Oh, you don't tap it to Pitt now, you idiot. Petrarca. Not the best kick. And that's gone to McGovern. This is such a shocker. He didn't finish it. Yeah, I've still got another hour. I will do it on Monday, mate.
Just patient with it. And down the line, the ruckman getting across now and hitting it.
Leader-inch kick is smothered by Petty. It stays in. Needs support. Wins up.
Well, if Petty can create a goal out of that, that would be quite remarkable.
Tackles Cottrell. Stoppage inside 50 for the D's. Just see Melbourne is going to keep on throwing everything at Carlton here. Bashing away. And they break the door down. Petrarca, he's kicked 4. Gawn, taken to ground. He'll have to pull his big frame back up to contest in the ruck again.
5 goals and 12-25. Fighting tooth and nail. They can't get any clean possession. Carlton's defence has been all over them. But Melbourne are getting the free kick, so I'm not sure exactly what that is. I think the umpires want Melbourne to stay in this game. They're like myself. Free kicks. Really, the free kicks have evened up at 14-13, but this quarter, the free kicks have been all Melbourne, 4-0. Well, start of the game, yes, Melbourne getting the free kicks. This quarter, yes, but middle of the game, Carlton were getting the better free kicks. De Koning cuts him off. Finally, the Blues get one. They do realise the free kick counts 14 apiece, yeah? Oh, 13-15. Still, though, it's pretty even. 9-1 free kick count in favour of the D's in the second half. Then maybe I'm wrong. Were the... Oh, no, never mind. The Blues were getting the free kicks in the first quarter. I forgot it wasn't the D's. But then the second half, it's been all Melbourne. That's why it's even up. Now it makes sense why it's even. Well, if I don't do the live streams, I probably would be switching this game off just about. Or at least I've lost interest. Can't lose interest when I'm still live. 58k. If that was like a Saturday night or a Friday night, there'd be more. The reason the crowd's so shit is because it's a Thursday game and the weather sucks. It was never going to be that great. Why do they bother? Like, they know that's never going to get to a target. I feel like the quality of footy's definitely gone downhill. Overall, you compare some of these games to what we were getting in the 2000s, and they were just so many better games, memorable games. Yeah, it is raining. It's been wet all game. Although, it's not really been raining here. Weather would never be an excuse. Yeah, I know for some it wouldn't, but for others, yes. They would be put off by it. They're put off by the fact that it's Thursday as well. Yeah, it hasn't gone anywhere near where I live, but it's been basically hovering over Melbourne all game. The last hour and a half. Melbourne aren't exploding anything. It's not... Oh, good take, Petty. It's a good kick. Got to find a target. And they do. So Van Rooyen needs to nail this. They did pretty well there, the Dees. And this is just going to continue to ruin my hopes and dreams. Creating more false hope because it's going to make me believe that Melbourne still could win this game. That's if he kicks this, Van Rooyen, and he hasn't kicked one yet all game. I mean, I feel like Wiedering's definitely been a lot more of a impressive player, and he's kicked the goal. So the margin's only slowly getting smaller since what it was at quarter time. Only small increments though. It's I think the lowest the margin's been since the first. I believe so. Would that be would I be true in saying that it's the lowest the margin's been since the first quarter?
Just keep your eye on the top of the screen there. The middle of the ground, just approaching now Van Rooyen.
What were the legs here, multi?
That his head down to goal. Thought he was out the first time.
The legs were...
Cosy Pickett helped him by just providing that little lead up. Mate, Chincotta go to him. Good enough kick over the top. Now the Dees.
Akers 20, Walsh 25, Oliver 20. So I need Petty and Fritsch to get a goal, and I need Melbourne to win. Theoretically, I could still actually win it and win the money. That's like $100 I win. That'd probably be the biggest revival of all time because I was about like the cash out was 1 cent at one stage. Petrarca. Where's Petty and Fritsch? There's Fritsch. He's got to get more involved though. Van Rooyen, great tackle. Oh, it's dangerous tackle though. Don't pay 50, fuck's sakes. What a joke. He just fell to the ground. That's not dangerous at all.
Didn't keep driving with his legs, and it looked like he just gave up on the play. We're seeing it a lot. Players are aware of how to get a free these days, and that's one way.
I mean, the umpire got sucked in there. Pickett To be fair, Piggott shouldn't have taken that advantage if that would have been advantage. He wanted to go the dribble kick. And that's going to make it even more difficult for Melbourne now. Especially if Carlton get one here. I really hope Mackay and Kerno don't kick one in the next 7:30. That'll really, really, really annoy me.
7.5 minutes remaining. Carlton kicked one, I reckon it's game over. Lever with a big fist.
It's not a game-costing decision. Because he would have needed to kick that, and only that would have reduced it to 14 points. Still would have needed 3 more goals after that. In 7-16. Kemp did, yeah, he did dive. Alright, they've rushed it. 7 minutes to go. 7 minutes. Petty and Fritsch contribute for 2 of Melbourne's 4 goals, and I win $100.
Is there anything else we can do, you think, Joel, here, either Carlton or Melbourne?
Yeah, I like this by the Dees.
So they're doing alright at the moment with their ball movement. In the wet. High ball.
Here comes
Van
Van Rooyen.
Rooyen.
Over the back, Petty.
Walsh. Cripps. Great handballs. Kennedy, fuck that. This is a chance.
Here goes McVee inside 50.
McVee. Margin that back to 20.
No more +1 for the Dees. Make sure they flip
How does Petrago 4 goals, 1? Is he? Yeah, he's playing mainly a forward role.
that forward line right up. Keep guys.
He's been playing 80% forward time, I'd say. What did AL say? 10 points. Well, Carlton deserve to win, but if Melbourne win, they also deserve to win, to be fair.
McDonald, Kennedy kicks towards the wing. Durden is there.
Like, you can't deny that.
Will be happy with that.
I reckon I could get my big call right, though.
So it's at this point, if you're the Dees, any
I just, yeah, I can only hope Mackay or Kerno don't kick one.
get to the most dangerous spot.
Gawn.
Langdon,
The back, Langdon. Langdon's kick to half forward. Doesn't really favour Van Rooyen.
5:57. They need one in the next minute.
Be a stoppage.
Melbourne 5-8 to Carlton 4-3 in the second half.
Swear to God, if the draw could be on here, quick goal,
6 minutes.
quick couple points in the goal, force. They had 5 scores in 6 minutes in the rain. Just about impossible.
Fends off to Coney. Chip ball into Van Rooyen.
They've got the ball where they want it to be, though, the D's. 21 minutes on the clock. 5:45. Oh, shit, the timer says 20 minutes. It should be 21.
Take the time off the game where they can, where the Demons are going to keep the ball live here.
Maybe a finger going back in there for, I think it was McGovern. Kemp got bowled over with momentum.
Well, there's one score for the draw. A draw. Well,
McGovern.
technically,
So 19 points the margin.
technically a draw could happen if they kick one more point and 3 goals.
Here, boys, so it's going to make goals really hard to come by for the Dees.
Jeez, expert analysis there. It's going to be hard to score goals when it's wet. No shit.
Mackay's the target. Petty back with the fly.
Although I'd probably say the same thing, but I mean, it takes a genius to figure out that.
Petty back to May.
May.
May disrupts it.
Where's Petty? Well, he's not even in the vicinity.
Huge.
Van Rooyen.
Van Rooyen couldn't take
Pickett.
Pickett's driven into
What I reckon, they're going to give away a free kick, the Blues.
out to Chandler. Underground hand pass. Turner picks up.
Kick the footy! Kick the footy, mate! In the wet. That's the last thing you want to be doing. You're not going to be the next... You're not Dustin Martin. You can't fend 3 and fucking evade them all. You've just got to either give it or go the shot.
Eventually got checked.
This is severely frustrating.
Kennedy. At the back with McDonald. Langdon. To keep it alive, Neil Bullen had
What would my cash out be? I don't know. 0.00.
Carlton scoring all but dried up here. Just trying to defend and run down seconds on the clock.
Well, Akers still needs 20 disposals, actually. It was kind of close. If I tip Carlton...
One more score, and it's absolutely put to bed. But again, knocking moments off the clock. 4 minutes 35 now. Going to have to be perfect for the Dees.
Martin tackled by Viney.
Holding the ball to Viney.
Free kick to the Dees.
AFL just said 10 points the margin was going to end up being. They'll probably win by like 12. It'll make this... But I can't consider that a close game. If the game ended up with... Like, let's just say Melbourne kicked the goal after the siren and make it 6 points. Would you be allowed to call the game a close one? Oh my God! FIFA World Cup? Incredible stuff from Viney. He's just kept the D's in it somehow. Van Rooyen soccers it up. Somehow doesn't touch it, Akers, because it scoops over the ball. And with 4 minutes to go, the margin's 13 points. If the D's win this game, it would be one of the more remarkable things you'll ever see. Socceroos got a player. My draw chance is on, isn't it? That's one of the better goals I've seen of all time. Like that, I don't think that's a goal of the year contender, but that's possibly a top 100 goal of all time. Is that an over-exaggeration or not? Just the way it was set up, kept the ball alive, and then chipped it over for a goal. I mean, goal assist would be up there. Maybe not goal, but like set up and all that. In a more exciting game, it would be more hyped. Well, Melbourne have belief after that. Windsor kicks that. So I don't think I've seen a goal like that ever. In that the way it was scored. They'll show that in Viney's highlights forever. They will. Especially if it ends up winning them the game. It shouldn't end up winning them the game, but if it ends up winning them the game. So Walsh will end up getting like 140. That would have looked a lot better as a captain score. They got more run and dash the D's here. Petty. Viney. Inside 50. And he finds Petrarca. Petrarca's kicked 4. And genuinely could be a real sniff if he kicks this. That's if he kicks it, right? If he misses, still a draw chance. And he's kicked the goal. Wow. They just couldn't, could they? It's almost the unwinnable game from the position they were in. And just for so many games this season, we've seen so many mini comebacks, but we've finally seen a mini comeback that's almost gotten up. Petrarca's kicked 5. With 3 minutes to go, it's only 7 points. It's a genuinely close game. Cash out now. No. There's no point in cashing out now. If Petty and Fridge kick the final 2 goals of the game, I can't even cash out. Akers won't get 20 now. Is Akers even on the field? No, it's actually impossible. I said under 158.5 points. My only chance of winning money is a draw. Holding the ball. Holding the ball. If it's a draw, I win like a $180 amount. McDonald. Woden. 2 minutes 30. Can they find a mark? No, they can't. Fritsch dives on it. There's plenty of time. There is plenty of time here for Melbourne. They don't want to be dumb or anything like that. This would be an unbelievable choke, though, for the Blues. Really. If the Dees do kick 2 here, they could win by 5. Which is my exact tip. It's just a bit of frustrating that I'm on the ESPN tipping app. It's not going to count. So I forgot to tip. 2 minutes to go. In Melbourne's forward 50. Pickett. On the full. Jeez, if you would have kicked a point there. Fuck's sakes. But Carlton, like, they're not going to be able to get it to their 50th for the rest of the game. I think I've got my big call right at least. They are in the box seat here, the Blues, but they've sort of stopped. They're crying for a free. Melbourne get it back inside 50. Curnow. Well, he's down defence, which is good for my big call. You wouldn't think he'd kick another goal for the rest of the game. Lever. Oh, that's a terrible handball, isn't it? A match winner required. 115. Jeez. It's going to be a tight one. Walsh, good work. Good mark, McDonald. He plays on. Smart kick, a minute to go. Gone! Well, any score will help my draw case. Help my fantasy score if he kicks the goal. Please kick it, Gawn. He's kicked the goal as well! Max Gawn makes it 1 point with 40 seconds. This is an unbelievable effort from the Dees. They have managed to just reduce the margin, stay in touch, constantly pressured Carlton's defence with all these entries, and it's enough for them to only be down by 1. The Blues have 40 seconds to hold on here. Max Gawn hasn't had his best game, but he's now got 107 fantasy, so he's definitely lifted in the last quarter. I'll probably take the 107 captain score from the position that he was in. If the Dees win this, it would be the most remarkable result. It really will, wouldn't it? It's lifted up my spirits, hasn't it? Every single Melbourne Carlton game seems to be close. Oh! Real chance for the Dees. Sparrow! Inside 50. 27 seconds. It's going to be locked in Melbourne's 50. I tipped the Dees by 5. The AFL Hawkoat. I also bet on a draw. So any score would do me the world of wonders. Gawn. Petrarca. Is that holding the ball? Yes, it is. That'll win them the game, the Blues, I reckon. Probably. Like, I don't think it's enough time for a turnover to happen in this period of play. Well, 9 seconds ago, they need a mark. Oh, that's it, I reckon. Unless the cleanest of possessions occur. 4, 3. Siren. The Blues hang on. What a crazy finish. What a crazy finish. Jesus. Well, we got a close game on the Thursday night. But it was only close for the last 5 minutes. Bit of an embarrassing win. It's a relief for Carlton. A mega relief because Melbourne won in every stat at the end of the game. Melbourne had 20 more inside 50s than Carlton. They're very lucky that they've held on there. It's safe to say if that game went any longer, Melbourne would have won that. Nearly a Swans Bombers kind of comeback. Yeah. That was with like 3.5 to go or something. It was 19 points, I think. Still kind of a shit game. Yeah, look, I'll ultimately take that. I'll ultimately take that. I would have wanted a last minute behind though. Imagine a draw. Imagine a draw. People said the draw wasn't a chance. A draw almost happened. It was a 1-point game. 36-0 at one stage. So they came back from 36 points. It only got smaller after quarter time, the margin. The Dees ended up winning. Well, actually, no. They lost both of the first 2 quarters and they won the second 2 quarters. I got some good fantasy scores, though. Windsor got an 84. Walsh got 140. Gawn wasn't the best captain score to put on, but still. Well, yeah, it was very one-sided. It's one of those weird games where the side doing all the attacking just didn't end up winning. But Try could kick 5. CJ says, what a game. It's weird how people are saying what a game after how rubbish it was for most of it. How much I wanted to just tear my hair out. It's better for the competition though that the Blues won though, because it just evens it up. Credit to Melbourne. I don't know if you're a Melbourne fan, would you? Yeah, you probably wouldn't want to take the result, but still. Were Carlton better for longer, would you say? Oh, I'm going to wrap things up in like a couple minutes. I'll just, you know, do my finishing takes and opinions, I guess. Might mute that. I've got the choice of either going to bed now and probably not getting a gather round vlog out this week, or staying up for another few hours and having no sleep for tomorrow. Dees lost because they didn't call May's touched goal. Technically, but that was ages ago. It wasn't like a last 5 minute situation where that was the cost. Like it cost him the game. Gather round, that was months ago, mate. It was 1 month ago. And so what? What point are you trying to make? What, I can't release it? It's way too late. D's forward to 1 and 3 on Thursdays. I did want to have a look at the Thursday games last year to see how the results were. I'm going to do that real quick, actually. Alright, so first game was a draw. I streamed that. Second game was a pretty close 8-point win to Carlton. I streamed that. This is not the best game, but it was kind of close. Streamed that. Streamed that was sort of shit. Didn't stream that. I streamed that. That was a pretty bad game. For some reason, the Thursday game stopped after then. And then they made a return. Only to stop again. Does anyone know why that was the case? Do we prefer rounds to start on a Friday or a Thursday? Anyway, so Thursday kicked back off again for Sydney v Saints. That was an alright game. Port v Geelong wasn't very good. This wasn't that very good game. That was a shit game. Yeah, we had a trend in 2022 when... Sorry, 2023 where the game sucked as well on a Thursday. This is alright. That was alright, that game. This game was good. That was another game I decided not to stream. That ended up being really close. So I didn't do that game. I didn't do that game. And I didn't do... that game. And then that was it for Thursday. We'll quickly check 2022, then we'll wrap it up. Just interesting. So this game was alright. That game was alright. I didn't stream that game. That was alright again. That didn't bloody go down very well, that one. But I don't think I streamed it, no. This is alright, that game. I streamed that. And then Friday games took over. Then we had Thursday games back, round 13. Didn't stream that. It was a shit game. Shit game. They're all pretty shit, aren't they? Look at that. Shitty game. Alright, anyways. It ended up being close. So 77-76. I'm probably off. Well, I am off. Cheers for the people that ended up tuning in. It ended up doing alright, the stream, I feel like, because it was a good game. I don't know how it ended up doing playbacks-wise, but people would want to see my reaction to that finish. Thanks, everyone, for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for a couple of streams. Hopefully, I can release my Gather Round vlog very soon, but that's still in the works, so, yeah. Till then, I'll see you guys soon in the next video.